you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time. 90% claim based on last 6 months of applications submitted. See store or website for details.
The City of Mount Dora presents the Fall Harvest Festival on Saturday, October the 18th, hosted by me, Russ Rollins of the Monsters of the Morning. The festival is going to be awesome. They're going to have live music from Cat Ridgeway, family fun, a lot of activities, and the downtown parade of scarecrows with a big drone display afterwards. This is going to be great. It's a festival that starts at 5 p.m. at Sunset Park in downtown Mount Dora. It's free to the public, and information for everything, go to MountDoraSpecialEvents.com. Sponsored by Renewal by Anderson, Real Radio 104.1, and Discovery Lake.
Ferg's Downtown St. Pete presents Percy DiMartini performing the music of rap. Get ready to rat and roll. Only Florida show. Percy DiMartini back from the cellar, reunited one night only, Friday, October 17th, with special guests Trickster and Enough's Enough. Also coming to Ferg's, Head East, Puddle of Mud, Great White, and Slaughter. Tickets for all shows at fergsevents.com. Ticket Web, Ticketmaster. Percy DiMartini performing the music of Rat, October 17th. Ferg's, Downtown St. Pete.
Did you realize most jewelry stores in the malls and outside the malls are all a part of one big corporate conglomerate?
The corporate world is the corporate world. I don't need to say too much about it. They're owned by Wall Street. They answer to Wall Street.
That's International Diamond Center's Keith LeClaire, who says you don't have to settle for national chain quality. Locally owned IDC is a true direct importer with better prices on hand-selected diamonds that come straight from the cutters.
You cannot get any closer to the source than IDC. My son and I hand-select every diamond that comes in. I want to be able to stand behind it, and the only way I can stand behind it is by hand-selecting each and every diamond.
You think that level of quality control is happening at the big box stores?
The standards that we have, they're not going to go to that detail because they got to fill up 7,000 stores.
Don't risk it. Get the best diamond at the guaranteed best price from local people with a reputation that goes back for decades.
We can look people in the eyes and know that they were taken care of.
International Diamond Center. Internationally connected but family owned. In Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2025, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and tough, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-442-9856. 800-442-9856. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-442-9856 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit ReeseWindows.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the number one preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, October 10th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Nobel Peace Prize drama to a massive new monument is coming soon to D.C., and a Kentucky man has the most unhinged Halloween display yet. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time, and this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened? Yeah, what happened, man?
It appears that we have, believe it or not, a last-minute message. I cannot believe this, but here we go.
The print.
It is. Let me just double-check, triple-check. We have a last-minute message from that teacher who thought her student was a dog in the hallway. Let's see what she said.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! That's right. We made it through. There you go. It's much more of a celebration with that, I think.
I'm a dog,
we made
too.
it through. A Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back for making it this far.
We did it, John.
Yeah, we did. Here we are. A full week of shows behind us, and now we'll have some fun on a Friday. Everybody up for that?
I'm down. Yeah.
I hope so.
It's gloomy out here, but I'm like, as far as this room, Party Central. I also think the AC is broken because it is musty.
Actually, it's more cutbacks at HQ because they were like, on the weekends they don't run the air conditioner.
Let's see Lane say that it's perfectly cool in his studio.
I was going to say more like you're dressed for a no AC situation.
Yeah, I had a jacket on.
Sun's out, guns out.
But I'm ready to sweat and hyperventilate.
What's it say? Squad something on your shirt? What's that?
It's the Golden Girls.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there you go.
It's from a whore.
All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great...
I guess you'll find out at the roast.
Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Atlanta, Georgia, everybody.
Right.
And a person on a motorcycle is driving along. Turns out they're going a bit too fast. They're actually running from the cops as this video is being filmed. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but little note for you out there. If you're one of these folks like this guy who's like a TikToker who films himself running from the cops all the time, the cops in Atlanta are apparently a little aggressive, okay? They'll go for you.
Oh, sure. I have just a quick preface question.
Yeah.
This guy has gotten away from the cops leading up to this many a times to have
I
an
believe
account?
so. Yeah, he's known by his TikToker name, Dancing Moto, and he thought he was going to get away from the cops again, but in Atlanta, they kind of don't play games. And it kind of left people in this lurch where you go, well, do you feel for him because he's probably hurting for reasons that you'll hear in just a moment? Or are you like, F around and find out, you're running from the cops on a motorcycle. What do you want here? Pick your poison. Here we go. Cops swing in front of him on the motorcycle. It's raining. No protective gear on. They are flying. Another cop pulls in front. Ready?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, that seems...
And plowed into him at the end of this. Like, he fell off, rolled, skidded, and then the police car came to a stop, like, right on top of him.
What was the original reason to pull him over? Was it for speeding?
It was jaywalking. It was.
He was on a cell phone. So this is
Didn't
really the
pay a
death penalty.
parking ticket from years ago. Seriously, though, was it for speeding? Because is that the reason to hit a motorcyclist with your car?
Here's what I do know. Hang on, let me bring up the story that I saw on this, because the guy's like kind of a secretive person. Now, I did see that there was a story of a police...
Aside from all the posting he does on TikTok. And
yeah, but he does it anonymously, you know what I mean?
Right.
But aside from that, there was a story a couple of months ago about a motorcycle crash during a police stop. I don't know if this was related or not, but this says Instagram and TikTok influencer Dancing Moto has been left with extensive life-threatening injuries after a crash with the Georgia State Patrol.
Well, that vegetable's about to be rich.
I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about the Georgia State Patrol, but I have heard that they are like really, really intense. Like, they're gonna get you. Like, they're known for just being like, they go the extra mile.
I mean, I hear that, and intense is one word to put it, but is this legal? I mean, are they allowed to just run a dude over?
Well, I mean, I think the cops are going to say, like, we were in a high-speed chase with a motorcycle. We wanted to stop him from harming anybody else, right?
So let's run him over?
The thing is, did they intentionally... We'll go back to it. We'll go back to the clip in a second, but let's just see what it says here so we learn something. October 9th, clips of Dancing Moto being chased by the Georgia State Patrol went viral on social media. It's about a minute long. He's being chased while riding a motorcycle. Then they posted online, our brother Dancing Moto was involved in a devastating motorcycle accident a few days ago. One that left him in critical condition, this says. I mean, we don't really know.
Now he's only Quasimodo.
After being struck and ran over, which caused severe injuries, they said. They claim he's like fighting for his life. It's tough. I guess there were some photos of him in the hospital, but it's tough to figure out what's legit and what's not here. But all right, so the cops are chasing him. The cops go in front. It's raining. I can't tell how fast he's going, but fast.
It's fast.
And the cop goes to cut him off and slow down.
Okay, now he's off. And then it runs over him. I mean, that's insane.
It does run over him, but I feel like they're going to say, like, well, this is part of the dangers of running from the police, right?
Is it? Because even if they like did the grapple or they pin you still have more protection with
Let's walk
car.
this back. Let's walk this back. All right, so if you're on a jury and you hear a man was on a motorcycle breaking any number of laws, like obviously speeding and driving dangerously and stuff, and then he runs from the police and he's videotaping all of this, and then the accident that this all ends up with him getting injured and, crashing and then getting hit by the police vehicle, are you as a juror going to be like, well, yeah, clearly this guy is a victim in all of this? Or is a juror going to think, no way, man, this guy decided to run from the cops. He does this kind of thing.
I mean,
and
that's
then he got hit by the car.
The question, excessive force with running over a human body that's already down on the ground. Like you have, let's call it de-escalated the situation by hitting him with that first car.
Right.
But if the reason why they have two cops after him was for speeding, this seems like a little much.
All right. Well, I put this up on See It Now.
Opinion.
I put it up on See It Now so everybody could take a look. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. Tell us what you think.
I mean, it's completely normal for them to tap your car if you're running from the cops. If
That
they're going
makes
to do a
sense
little
to me.
tappy tap. But when it's a motorcycle, it could have
And
killed
then
the
you
guy.
have the other dude run over him?
I think the cops are going to say, we stopped as soon as we can. We were all putting ourselves in danger because of this guy. I tell you, the other side of this is probably going to win. All right, the police side is probably going to be like, if he didn't run from the cops and put everybody in danger, he wouldn't have put himself in danger either. And that's why he's on the ground and not doing well. not great there. The most annoying thing must have been your body is all crushed, your bones are all hurting, and then you got that siren right on top of your head as you're just like, come on, just shut the siren off.
Like and subscribe.
That would have been genius if he popped that right there. Like and subscribe. And there was
or he shows the camera and he has like some weird crown or cowboy hat on his face now because someone sent it over.
Oh, hold on.
That's a TikTok thing. Sorry.
They did a GoFundMe, I think, or a Give, Send, Go. I never know. Okay, this is the GoFundMe. All right, support Dancing Moto's recovery journey. It's got him covered with like a emoji. His face is covered with the emoji of like an injured person in the hospital. Rough. And he's in the hospital. He's on a bed with like all this stuff covering him. And it says there's a $24,000 goal, $6,178 raised. But as on the show, people are pretty split over whether or not they should be like donating to this guy. He's got road rash on his arm. He shows he's got road rash on his arm, on one of the arms. And then the rest of it, you can't really see what the damages are. This one lesson from this, no matter how you view this kind of thing, wear protective gear when you're on a motorcycle, dumbass. Stop trying to worry about how cool you look on the motorcycle. Wear protective gear. This is just a really, really obvious thing that you should do. Okay, we are going to hear from you today. Give us your thoughts on that. If you think the guy was in the wrong or the cops were in the wrong. And again, check it out over on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. They gave it away today. The Nobel Peace Prize was handed out. And the winner was, according to some news outlets, not Trump, which it was such a weird thing. This is the USA Today headline. Donald Trump does not win Nobel Peace Prize.
It's rigged. The ratings were awful.
How about who does? Number one.
Yeah.
Right? Like
it's a real kick in the shorts to the person who, won the prize for peace.
It's a nobody. No one's heard of them.
Was he eligible for this one? I mean, this whole war-ending stuff is not even...
The cutoff was literally like the third week of January where he wasn't even in office.
Why do they wait so long?
They couldn't. He wasn't even eligible for anything that he's done in his first term for this Nobel Peace Prize because of when the cutoffs are. That's why this is all stupid. And then the article's running with Donald Trump does not win the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, Jesus, it seems like you're almost obsessed with the guy. Then they changed the headline after I posted it. They said Trump's perceived Nobel Peace Prize snub irks the White House. Right, changing things up. But the woman who actually won, let's talk about her for a second. Her name is Maria Corina Machado, and she is a Venezuelan dissident. She's the person who won the main Nobel Peace Prize. There are, of course, many that they give out in these moments. And this woman was the winner, she said, of her victory. This recognition of the struggle of all Venezuelans is a boost to conclude our task to conquer freedom. She's trying to get Venezuelan dictator Maduro out and get democracy back to Venezuela.
That would be
nice. She says, we're on the threshold of victory, and today more than ever, we count on President Trump, the people of the United States, the people of Latin America, and the democratic nations of the world as our principal allies to achieve freedom and democracy.
Oh, man, you know what Trump needs to do?
What?
Like help her. Like right now, Trump, he needs to put some resources into...
I'm going to get all your oil and steal your bed.
Because if he wants that Nobel Peace Prize, he needs to piggyback off the person who's already got it.
Here's the thing, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to the Nobel Peace Prize, is it something that you gun for like you do an Oscar or an Emmy, or it's...
I don't think traditionally.
And, when you do the nice and great thing and the peaceful stuff, that's not with the intention of a Nobel Peace Prize.
Here's the thing. I hear a bunch of people saying this, okay? And I see a lot
it's
of media coverage.
It's a logical question.
Well, allow me to respond. I see a lot of people saying this, and a lot of these media outlets like, what, this guy's obsessed with this. Oh, my God, Trump's obsessed with winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot worse things he can be obsessed with than trying to get a freaking peace prize. It seems like this will keep anybody on the straight and narrow if your focus, agenda, and goal is to try to win a Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean,
I would
really,
suggest
though, Sean?
yes, 100% yes.
So we're like, let's just have him focus like he's a 8-year-old with ADHD. At least he's super excited about the history class.
As he's talking about that, he is seemingly solving problems, is he not? Well, like the situation in Gaza and Israel, appears to be wrapping up. Nobody else could figure that out. And it seems like he's done that. It's not like he's just sitting there whining about the Nobel Peace Prize every day. But if he's obsessed over that, great. Every president should be. Every one of them. Every president we get should be obsessed with, like, obtaining peace prizes, because that seems to be a good thing, right? To get peace across the world, at least to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just out of it these days. But I salute Maria Corina Machado because she did it. I dedicate this prize to the suffering people of Venezuela and to President Trump for his decisive support of our cause. Maybe that means something. She dedicated it to him. It's like a proxy victory there.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
But I thought that was so funny. It's like Donald Trump does not win the Nobel Peace Prize. Wow. What a weird way to frame it, dude. Shouts out to the lady who actually did. And you know what's really interesting? I guess what they do is when they decide the Nobel Peace Prize, which is in the middle of the night. I'll be walking in my sleep.
Oh, in the middle of our night. They don't do it in the middle of their night.
In the middle of the night for us. Yeah. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning in Seattle. They announce who wins the Nobel Peace Prizes. And one of the women was from Seattle. And the reporters, yes or no on this one, were at her door at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Congratulations. It's just been announced you won the Nobel Peace Prize. And they're like, what? Rubbing sleep out of their eyes.
You know what? I say yes. I know it sounds annoying.
You want it? You want it?
I want to be prepared for cameras in my face.
If you're waking me up at 3 in the morning to tell me I've won the Nobel Peace Prize, I think it's worth the wake up. Like,
or,
it's not a bad
one. But it's, all right, listen. Imagine if they're knocking on your door and they're giving the Nobel Peace Prize to someone who's like, "Get off my lawn!" Bah, 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 bah. Like, how dare you? And
that would be an ironic moment if the Nobel Peace Prize winner is incredibly aggressive and angry at the information that they're hearing. Yes.
Now, look at it this way. All right, Publishers Clearinghouse. They used to show up to your door with big fat checks, right?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Would you fault them? What if they told you, like, hey, we got this check for you for $1 million. Mm-hmm. We were going to give you $10 million, but it was 3 a.m. and we didn't want to wake you up, so now the check's $1 million.
Well, I'll see you at 3 a.m.
Yeah, okay, hit me up. I'm fine. I'll take the information. There are worse things going on out there. But that lady won over, well, she doesn't live in Venezuela. She's living in Spain because, of security issues and all that stuff. But there were many others who won. There were medicine prize winners. One of them was on vacation in Yellowstone without cell service, and it took hours to find out. 2 of the winners were from a little country that you may have heard of. That country is, in fact, called Japan. Japan! Had a delay. There was one from Sweden, and one person thought it was a telemarketer scam. When they got the call, it was like, we're here to tell you won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Is it the same thing with the iHeart keywords that if they don't pick up, they move over?
Yeah, you're like, hey, you're not going to get me. This is clever, but you're not going to get me. Let's see what we got here. A couple of emails to get us started. Jay says, hello all, podcast listener here. By the way, thank you to podcasters. You can always email the show. We love you. We appreciate you. Podcast listener here. Listening to the Tap on That show. That was yesterday. You guys were discussing the Bluetoothing phenomenon and why it's called that.
Whoa.
Careful now.
Be careful.
Did I don't even
little heat.
Song prepped.
Little heat over this. Yeah, people very angry about us talking about the Bluetoothing phenomenon, which for those of you who don't know, this is something that was in the New York Times where they said somebody gets high and the other person takes that person's blood and injects it in themselves.
All right.
Which I've wrote a 5-part process on how to do this at home over on the website. If you want to go check it out, go over there.
Direct DIY. Links to the Amazon listings for the hypodermic needles.
And direct links if you're a child.
Mm-hmm. It's connected to our article about how to create meth at home. Mm-hmm. They're directly connected to one another.
Come on, we're going to get in trouble.
He says, I don't know nothing from nothing, but I think it's called that because they're getting high indirectly. I remember years ago, I was watching one of those prison documentaries, and they were talking about the hardcore junkies who would,
oh, no.
Who would lick the sores of any newbie junkie that came in.
What do you mean?
Fire up those emails.
Is that proven to work?
I hope
All right. Kids that are listening, happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't do this at home.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or stranger's van.
There you go.
That covers it, right?
Yeah, now you know. All right. When
By
things
the way,
come
that
up,
dude emailed everybody. Not
did he?
just, yeah.
Oh God, man,
I've
people get
had
so
about
triggered.
3 other coworkers come
Yeah.
up like, "What'd you guys do yesterday?"
This
damn
person
news story.
woofed everybody. Listen, sir, I want to tell you something,
Derek.
Yeah.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or stranger's van.
There you go. The person continues, Jay, as a responsible gun owner, he says, and one with a concealed carry permit, I think the open carry people are dumb. Those are the people I tend to call ammo-sexual, as their entire identity is wrapped up in the gun. Those people are rarely responsible and more likely to cause harm than good. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, says Jay. Thank you, Jay. We got more to get into, but let's give it a break for a second. When we come back, Trevor Noah, we all know Trevor Noah, I think.
Yeah.
You know, he's on The Daily Show for a while, and stand-up comic and whatnot from South Africa, I believe. He dropped a joke in his new stand-up routine that has some people very, very upset. Very, very upset. I have the joke. I have the clip for you. We'll play that when we come back to see what you think about it. And we got a lot more on a very busy Friday, so let's have some fun together. Even you, Derek. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic still stop and go on Florida's Turnpike northbound, approaching exit 285. That's US 27. Cruiser off to the right shoulder, clearing up that crash now. Traffic's backed up from Hancock Road. There's an accident in Sanford blocking all lanes on 25th Street at French Avenue. On I-4, you're still going to run into some familiar delays getting through that amusement park area. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
My name is Arnold Bogarty, and prior to me enrolling in Rasmussen to become a nurse, I spent 16 years in the military. I went to visit the campus. The facilities were amazing.
Rasmussen University.
Hello. My little babies.
As common as it is now you realize more and more of your neighbors are not only saving money, they have the freedom. And
Trevor Noah's joke. We'll see if you find it offensive or clever or dumb.
You think you could be next on that list? The company to call us Solar Installers of Florida.
Trevor Noah's joke coming up in just a bit. We'll see the fallout from that and everything that's going down.
How affordable it can be. They'll work on
Hola.
financing options. They will combine that with the current tax credits. You can save.
Hit that like button. It's never too early.
After year, I'm talking like day.
Hello, Chaos.
Plus, their team maintains quality by handling the install, engineering, and permitting all in-house. No contractors, no outsourcing.
How are the theme park crowds this month? Man, I'll tell you what, Ghostbird. People will tell you, like, Disney's dead. This is like the slow season. The theme parks are empty because of, like, woke, if they're right-wing, or because of, like, too expensive prices, and a failure to look out for poor people if they're in the other direction or whatever. But it's bullshit. Like, Epcot is still packed. Disney is not only packed during a lot of days, but also they do like the Halloween thing all October long and September long. It's crazy, man. SeaWorld is packed? It's packed, yes, with poor people. Okay, a couple minutes and we're back. Theme parks are too damn expensive? True. True. One of the like better annual passes is now somewhere around, don't quote me on this, but somewhere around $2,000. Getting close to $2,000 a piece for the year. Crazy.
Select date September 5th through November 1st. Discover why SeaWorld's Hollow Scream is one of USA Today's top theme park Halloween events. Get tickets for as low as $40.
I'm thinking about going to Universal this weekend. We were supposed to do a live broadcast either this week or next week at Universal, but they shut down all live broadcasts for the month of October. They shut down all of the live broadcasts and then still gave us tickets, which was very nice. Thank you. Thank you to Universal Studios. Nolan says, SeaWorld is packed with people who like the Yin Yang twins.
Awesome talking to the people, and they make it super easy. So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to...
Amy says, he randomly reads Trad. If you don't want him to know, don't type it. Yeah, I mean, this is not a private space. This is not your diary. It's mine. Bootsy says, I think I'm going to Epic Universe for my birthday. Have you been? Will this be your first time? Such a fun park. One of my favorite new pastimes is going on the Universal Facebook page and watching losers complain about Epic Universe. They'll be like, there's not enough trees. There's too many stairs. There's, the Mario World is too loud. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Miserable bastards. Todd says, I work at Disney World. It's still busy, just not near capacity. This is the slow season. It's actually, this is around, in my opinion, this is around the best time to go. Like, the weather's killer, other than the rain every now and then. And the lines are a little bit better. It's not like peak summer or anything. But what I'm saying is, you're still going to wait 90 minutes to go on Test Track. You're still going to wait 80 minutes to go on Guardians of the Galaxy. Tron's still going to be over an hour. Like, all the good rides are still, it's not dead. It's just not. It's just slower. Like, even the Disney parks, their slow is what other people would die to have for as they're busy. They're still cranking. Diary of a Wimpy Sean? True. Ernie says, turn off divisive news and watch the John Candy doc. Isn't that kind of divisive, sir? Huh? Okay. I might watch that, though.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu. Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense
Bootsy says, I just watched a little longer form version of the guy on the motorcycle. The dude still tried crawling away from the cops. Did he? The video I have ends with him, like, some cops, like, trying to help him out or whatever, and he's underneath the front of the car. 90 seconds and we're coming back. And at the base of it, I don't want people to get hurt, even if they are on a motorcycle running from the cops. But come on, like, miss me with this, like, well, the cops were really, like, bro, you're going excessive speeds in the rain, no protective gear on a motorcycle, and they cut you off to protect everybody else, and you're like, nah. That doesn't really fly with me. Kind of lame.
Qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the
Okay, folks, we're coming back.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on
Let me pull my pants up.
within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/.
Almost need one more nasal spray. There's one more.
Candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
On the new season of the podcast Heavyweight,
I pointed the gun at him and said, "This isn't a joke."
A man who robbed a bank when he was 14 years old, and a centenarian rediscovers a love lost 80 years ago.
How can a 101-year-old woman fall in love again?
Listen to Heavyweight on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Heavyweight and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reesewindows.com.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is
Learn more about the show. All you have to do is go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, and you can record a dispatch, a video or audio dispatch to join the show. Trevor Noah doing some stand-up recently, I'll say, because this doesn't say the story I have when he was actually doing this stand-up bit. He was at the Comedy Cellar, which as far as I know is in New York City. I believe that's where that is. But is that a chain too? You know, like Laugh Factory, Funny Bone, is Comedy Cellar a chain?
It just says it's a club in Manhattan.
But it's like well-known, famous. The staple of comedy or something.
Like you go there on any random night, you might see mega famous people. And if you don't know the name Trevor Noah, I mean, he's been on The Daily Show. He was hosting that for a while. He's been a stand-up comedian for a very long time.
He was hosting what? Oscars, Grammys, Emmys?
Yeah, he's been an award show host at least a handful of times, I think. He's a comedian. So if you don't know him, that's what he is. And he was at the Comedy Cellar, and somebody filmed one of his jokes, and they were like, "This is out of line." And it was obviously about Charlie Kirk. I mean,
surprised
really
they allow filming at the Comedy Cellar.
I am too. Actually, it's a really good shot too. It almost looks like it wasn't somebody's cell phone for real. Like it almost looks like Trevor Noah filmed this and was like, "Oh, did you hear what Trevor Noah said about Charlie Kirk?" I just wanted to have like some buzz about it and get connected to his story because it's good footage. Maybe it's from a cell phone though. So here's the bit he did, and then you guys can decide if you're hurt and offended by this or not.
Meanwhile, here comedians are themselves. Don't say anything about Charlie Kirk. I wasn't going to say anything about but don't say anything about Charlie. I wasn't going to say anything about Charlie Kirk, but don't. There's nothing funny about it. Oh, now you tested me. I mean, there's...
First red flag here. This is a grown man with a broken arm. He has his arm in a cast for this stand-up gig. Usually that's some really bad behavior that led to that. It's just when you have a broken arm or leg when you're an adult, like 90% of the people I've met in that circumstance, it's a red flag. It's like, oh, I was chasing my friend's goat after a bottle of Fireball whiskey, and I tripped over, a power wheel.
Your friend doesn't have a goat.
And
I thought it was a goat. It was a lot of Fireball.
And I broke my arm as a grown-ass adult. So he's got a broken arm.
Explain the reason for his broken arm.
He might have, but he didn't get into it in this bit. This bit, he was talking about how people were saying, "Don't make a joke about Charlie Kirk. Don't make a joke about Charlie Kirk."
Anything about Charlie? I wasn't going to say anything about Charlie Kirk, but don't. There's nothing funny about it. Oh, now you tested me. I mean, there's nothing funny about it. You can't say there's nothing funny about it. No, there's nothing fun. No, don't say that, because as a comedian, I'll be like, I'm sure there's something funny about it. The guy was shot while defending guns. Do you understand how? I'm not even writing that as a joke. As a human, you have to admit that is an incongruous, funny thing that happens. You are there. You're like on stage. And you're like, let me tell you why people should have guns. Wah-ha!
The people are laughing.
They are, but it sounds like the same laugh every time. It's in and out. I will tell you, Comedy Cellars, that's their footage.
Yeah, this is not from somebody's cell phone.
I have seen many comedians in Comedy Cellar, and that is from the house cameras.
Who leaks that then? Right? Like, who...
Is it leaked?
Well, everybody's saying, like, hold on, what does the story say attached to the... I had to censor it, so I don't know the actual origin of the clip on social media.
Google?
But whoever filmed this, they were like, whoever filmed this, it was the Comedy Cellar that filmed it, obviously. And they've released this, maybe it was him, but they got the headlines they were looking for. And it says, Trevor Noah jokes about Charlie Kirk's death in new stand-up routine. And they said, Trevor Noah made a joke about the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk in a stand-up routine. Talked about how this is a dangerous time for speech in America, then went on to make fun of the comedians that went to Saudi Arabia and stuff. My response to this is like, okay, you made a joke about Charlie Kirk. I would hope that if you were going to make a joke about something like that, you would make it funnier. The premise is not really funny to me.
Was that the whole thing that that's it? We just listened to?
That's the clip that they released. So maybe he goes into more depth or something. But and by the way, he's wrong. He wasn't in the act of. It might have been a longer string, but he was talking about trans shooters in the United States when the person dating a trans person shot him in the throat and killed him. Who cares about that? It's just a comedian doing a bit. I just didn't think it was that good. It's like, am I offended? No. I'm offended that it wasn't funnier. I would like it to be funnier. I think that would be great. I think if you're going to go for it, go like all the way with something like this, and I'll laugh along with you. But I don't really know if that hit. They were kind of laughing. They were laughing a little bit, I guess, at the Comedy Cellar. But tell me what you think. And it seems weird, like the whole releasing of the footage, too. Like, it almost seems like he was behind it.
I'm not seeing anything that it was leaked out.
Yeah. Well, the story that I saw was just about, like, him trying it. It says Trevor Noah jokes about Charlie Kirk's assassination during a stand-up at time.
So I think
must have
it
been
was
from,
just
like,
posted regardless.
but it's okay if it was just posted to the Comedy Cellars page. They must have posted more than this. It would seem weird if they just posted a Charlie Kirk joke,
right?
Out of nowhere.
Stuff that makes headlines.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're fishing for that, or he's fishing for that.
On FoxNews.com, which is one of the places running a story about this right now, they have a screenshot and they credit it to YouTube/Trevor Noah. So it sounds like he released this himself.
Oh, he might have. Maybe he put out like a longer clip from his set, and then this was a part of it or something. But let us know what you think. And for me, I'm like, I don't care if you make offensive jokes or dark comedy. I like that stuff. I just didn't think it was particularly funny. Meanwhile, speaking of particularly funny, over on SNL, where they just kicked off their 51st season, the story suggests that the ratings weren't that fantastic. In fact, let me bring this up. Ratings slip for SNL season 51 debut, this story says, from the Late Nighter. It says, according to Nielsen's Live Plus same-day data, as measured by total viewers, the episode hosted by Bad Bunny with Doja Cat was the show's lowest-rated season premiere in years. Since Kendrick Lamar opened season 48 to 4.02 million viewers. The news was a bit more rosy among 18 to 49, they say in the article, but they were still down 18% year over year, showing a slow start to this new season of SNL. The one that I said was just like, it just lacked a lot of funny jokes. The top rated in the last couple of years, I guess, for the 50th season, let me see what the biggest one was. All right, the biggest one in the 5th season, not really a surprise, especially because at the time she was so massive. John Mulaney and Chappell Roan. That was the biggest numbers that they put up in the last season.
You think Chappell Roan was pulling more than John Mulaney?
I think both of them are actually good in that situation.
Wasn't that John Mulaney's like first time hosting after rehab?
It might have been. Yeah, it was a big spike. 6.5 million.
We saw him on tour. And he was selling shirts that said, John Mulaney, I saw him right after he got out of rehab.
He's funny. I think he's good.
He's fantastic.
I think he was good on SNL, too. He's good in the skits and whatnot. So they did well then with over 6 million. And season 51 debut with a new cast, new writers, new numbers, not so good so far. We'll see what you think. Again, join us on the show. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, an email. Somebody telling me a very disturbing story. We have to get to that at some point in time. We got some school issues to talk about. But when we come back, a new feature on the ride-sharing service that you may just use, which has greatly alarmed a few users of said service. What's going on, and why are people upset about this? Will you like the feature? I'll tell you what it is. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream.
Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
Are going to be expecting some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms. When it rains, it is really going to pour, so keep that in mind if you have any sort of outdoor plans, especially into this afternoon and evening. Heavy use of the rain will exist near the coast, so inland we'll see about a 40 to 50% chance. As we head to our Saturday, slightly lower chances, about a 30%. As we head to Sunday, though, much drier and more beautiful fall-like weather with highs in the low 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, not only can you pursue your education goals with dedicated support, but when you get started on campus, you could qualify to pursue them with a new laptop. Learn more at rasmussen.edu. That's rasmussen.edu.
Folks, if you need help with your air conditioner at your house, there's only one place you should go to. It's Mills Air. That's it. Conversation over, because I'm going to help you get through all the stress of these people who aren't going to do a good job, who are going to overcharge you like crazy and take advantage of how desperate you are to just get nice and comfortable in your house. Then there's Mills Air. So let Mills Air and their amazing techs help you out and get you back where you need to be. Their techs at Mills Air can service any brand out there, so don't worry about that. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you huge rebates if you need a new Carrier unit. So what you need to do is give them a call to schedule your appointment today. 407-277-1159. One more time. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Make money predicting football? Now you can nationwide.
Hello! Man, that guy did a really good live read. He was so cool. I have to tell you, I really enjoyed watching that guy's commercial. Hope you guys did too. All right, 2 minutes, and then we're getting back to this new feature that has proved to be pretty controversial on a ride-sharing app.
Central Floridians freedom from glasses and contacts. With 24-month interest-free financing, there's never been
Some of you, by the way, are on different planets. Somebody who said that was a well-crafted, hilarious joke. Bro, we are in different universes. Like, it wasn't really clever, and it wasn't really funny. I get, like, I understand, you know, I'm smart enough to understand the progression and where he was going, but it wasn't a very interesting joke. Charlie says, keep hyping yourself up, Sean. Well, somebody has to do it, Charlie, and it ain't gonna be you. 90 seconds. Beefy says, I started the Ed Gein series last night. Lots of masturbation. True. Yeah. Yeah, the scene where his mom catches him. Ugh. I don't want to share too much, but when I watch something like that, I'm like, imagine it's that hard for you to get off. You have to, like, put on women's underwear and pointy bras and get on a wobbly stool and almost hang yourself. Like, imagine it was that hard. Doesn't seem like life needs to be that way, but everybody's got their thing.
ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality.
Chaos, never seek to be humble. Seek to be the best.
At ZipRecruiter.com.
Never seek to be humble. Nerds are humble.
Get ready to join the
Winners are loud.
for their Halloween brew bus headed to Lake County. The 2 buses are ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops in Leesburg, Tavares, and Mount Dora. Costumes are optional and tickets for the bus are now on sale.
All right, here we go.
Ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops in Leesburg, Tavares, and Mount Dora. Costumes are optional and tickets for the bus are now on sale. Special thanks to MNC Fence, Puddle Jumpers, MCA Transportation, Jersey Mike's, and Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Get more information at realradio.fm/brew.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio 104.1.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
A feature that was very controversial for some folks. We'll talk about that in just a moment here. And you can join us on the show. Send an email if you like. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top of the email. To clear things up, I went and checked during the break. Trevor Noah, I guess, does in fact post stand-up segments to his YouTube channel at Trevor Noah, and he posted it.
Yeah, it was like 22 minutes long.
Yeah, and it says Saudi Comedy Festival, Charlie Kirk, and then dash behind the scenes. So I guess it's like a mixture of stand-up and like some other stuff for him in a video that he posted. Maybe he routinely does this kind of stuff. There's a lot of like podcasts and whatnot on his YouTube channel, but actually that's only. Well, no. There's more. There's some other stand-up of him in Australia. So he posts these kind of bits every now and then.
Posts a lot of shorts too, like clips of his stand-up.
Yeah, and by the way, his YouTube channel does great. Good for you, Trevor Noah. Congratulations on that front. But somebody said, do you think it was improv? I don't know. A lot of times comedians will go out there and just try to work out things in real time.
I got an improv vibe from it. He's done plenty of stand-up, but even if it wasn't the case, I mean, he did post it himself. Certainly no leaked. He was, I'm imagining, ready for some sort of backlash, or at least Fox News to pick it up and give it a headline.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at stuff like that and I go, I just didn't think it was super clever. It's not that I'm offended in the topic. Nobody's going to arrest you. He's not been arrested or apprehended, or there's not even like a big uprising about his comments to me. It just seemed like it didn't really land that well, at least not for me. But these ride-sharing apps, now I know the both of you tend to use Uber, I think, more, but I think you might use Lyft every now and then. Maybe they got good deals here and there.
Once in a while, if there's a huge wait for Uber, like if I especially if they don't warn me about it, if it says like you can probably get this in 4 to 5 minutes, and then it's like your driver has just accepted the ride and he's 14 minutes away, I'll be like, well, what's on Lyft right now?
I want Lyft to do well, so it makes me want to use Lyft because I want Lyft to be there to keep the balance for Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like I want Uber to feel the competition from Lyft, so I want them to kind of be there.
In reality, I don't know that they're doing much to curb the idea that a lot of drivers just do both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of people who do that, and then the food delivery and all this stuff. But Lyft pushed out a test on their app, and it was not popular. People, the customers did not like it. The drivers, I think, were fans. Okay. And they said, while this experiment showed early signs of improving the marketplace and helping riders to get where they need to go on time, we heard our customers loud and clear over at Lyft and canceled the experiment. And here's what I want to tell you what the feature was, just to see what you guys think about this and whether or not, Sealand and Sabrina, whether or not you would like this. The feature was only available for Lyft drivers, okay? And the Lyft drivers could see the tipping habits of the customers that were searching for rides. And here's a screenshot from r/Lyft drivers of what it looked like for those of you on the stream. I'll read it for everybody else. It says there's somebody seeking a ride. The ride is 25 miles. The price is $30.26. And then below it says, rider is usually ready at pickup. That's a good thing to have on there. That's probably a pain in the ass for these drivers. And it says, rider tipped on 88% of rides. It doesn't say what you tipped. It doesn't say that you tipped a lot or a little bit, but it just informs the drivers.
Like you didn't tip on certain things. Like I would love to see the bad reviews or the bad user profile that gets to the drivers. And also, if you're testing this out with drivers, like, why wouldn't you test it out with the customers? Say, hey, by the way, your drivers are getting the information of what you don't tip or if you don't show up in time.
Well, so what would you want to show to the customers? Would you want to show how often the drivers get tipped?
No, in the sense of like, hey, you're everyone knows you don't ever tip, so good luck finding a ride. But in a
I would like to know,
nice way.
Much like Uber kind of gate kept this for a while, I would like to know what it's telling them about me. Like, have I tipped? I would like to think I've tipped 100% of the times. I'm sure there's been a time or two where I've like forgotten to hit the button or it's fallen through the cracks or it's very often the case that I go to book an Uber and realize I haven't tipped for the Uber that I took like a week or two ago, and then I'll tip late. Yeah, but I still do it.
Well, all right. Let me ask you guys this question then.
I want to know what they're seeing.
But as a driver, would you want this? Because as a driver, I would 100% want this. I'd be like, I want to know. Like, especially I like that usually ready a pickup thing if I was a driver. But I would want to know, like, okay, this person, there's 4 people seeking rides, and one of the people who's seeking a ride gives tips 88% of the time. That's pretty good. I have a choice between all these rides. I think I'll weigh that one, and that one seems better. And for me, it doesn't seem like it's not really revealing. It's not like, hey, this person is cheap. When they do tip, here's how much they tip. It's just, did you tip anything on the rides that you were getting picked up on? But the backlash from customers was pretty fierce, and they said, nope, we're not doing it anymore. We're sorry. We'll roll that whole thing back now.
Because I imagine there was a lot of drivers that were denying people's rides, but
probably, yeah.
Then again, where is this come into play? Where does this come into play when you have like a concert that lets out?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it going to be even more difficult to find a ride? How does that change for anybody who, I don't know, never rides it, but pedicabs are $70?
I think you already hit on what the biggest change would be. The biggest change would be a lot of people who weren't tipping are not going to get their rides picked up. You're like, just like if you...
well, that's on them. They should be tipping. I mean...
I agree with you. But it also
the fact
seems
that there's a huge customer backlash, it's like, who's lashing back? The cheap asses?
They just don't want that to be known. Customers are... Well, maybe you could say that's cheap, but they just don't want the information out there how often they tip or do not tip their riders. Everybody seems okay with some of the information, like your star rating, et cetera, but...
I'm fine with the riders knowing that I tip all the time, or the drivers knowing that.
But they don't even know if it's just $1 every time. You could tip $1 every time, and they'd be like, he tipped 100% of the time.
That could be the inherent flaw in this situation, but I still think it's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've known their information. You can see their rating, how many rides they've had.
Yeah, right.
Here's the thing. I feel like I don't want to be a little puppet with Uber, being Geppetto at this
Part
point.
of the experience.
Why don't you make yourself more transparent, huh?
Probably not. They're just counting money over there. Jeffrey on YouTube says, this comment section is great to see who's a cheap bastard. It separates the cheap folks from the folks who are tipping more, you think? Well, let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Record your thoughts, a video or audio dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's see real quick. Oh, I wanted to get into this email. We have just a minute or two to get to it. So let's talk to Patty and her email, or his, I don't know. Patty's email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Ages ago, a friend and I went to a late showing of a movie in Dallas, Texas. This is following up on another email about violence in Dallas. The parking lot was full, so we were stuck in one of the furthest parking spots. After the movie, we walked to get to the car. I got in the car, turned on the ignition, and as I was doing that, a big truck pulled up, and the driver said something to my friend. The guy was waving something that was reflecting light. My friend opened the door and said, he wants your purse or he's going to shoot us. Subconsciously...
A truck driver?
A truck. Somebody in a big truck pulled up to their car in the parking lot of the movie theater, and they said, they want your purse or they're going to shoot you. Subconsciously, I emptied the contents of my purse, handed it to my friend, who in turn handed it to the man in the truck, and they drove off. The security guard in the overflow parking lot was napping. We did find 2 Dallas police officers and made a report. Come to find out, the same person killed 7 other people that weekend.
What?
Which is crazy. We were lucky, but I'm terrified of guns to the point that I hyperventilate. I don't understand why somebody would find it necessary to carry an assault rifle in a grocery store, they say, about open carry. Interesting point. Thank you for your story. I appreciate that. Always love the insight and different perspectives, and we can hear yours perhaps today on the show. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, when we come back, some information about some schools, including one that people say, this is just disturbing what this teacher did. It's disturbing what this teacher did, but nothing is being done about it. What did this teacher do? Wait till you hear this. This is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks return home to host the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday. Coverage starts at 3:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com. Look out for an accident causing stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Traffic still slowing down on Florida's Turnpike due to that accident northbound near US 27. Traffic's backed up from Hancock Road. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up a crash where 25th Street meets French Avenue. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-677.
Hello.
People are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate First for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
One of the best things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguydawn.com is the fact that he is part of the Real Radio family. That means he's taking care of you.
When we come back,
First, you can
a
hear
very disturbing report about a local teacher, something that happened at school, and the teacher is not being punished for it. And I think that makes sense, but I want to tell you the details before we get into it.
Instead, he's going to walk you through the process of refinancing or buying your first
Jensen
home
says,
consolidation.
I went to a grocery store in North Carolina not too long ago and saw a dude in there with a 9mm strapped to his waist. This is like an uppity suburban neighborhood, so no idea why he needed a gun.
And get the process started today. Peace of mind.
Key says open carry in Publix will be good when everybody's panic shopping during a hurricane. True. Can you open carry on private land? I would assume so, yeah. Rand says, I just saw a video a few weeks ago of a man just walking around Mount Dora with an AK in his hands, walking up to a bank and various other businesses. Sorry, but if you walk up to my door with that, yeah, I mean, I'm going to assume like you're choosing violence. I think that's a totally reasonable response, right? Like, this is baked into us. A weapon is seen when brandished in a particular way as a danger, because it could end your life or your loved one's life in a second. And I think that's okay to think about it that way.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Can I open carry at the Walmart on Black Friday? I mean, I think Walmart and a bunch of the other stores said they don't allow open carry. So no. John says, do you have to tip self-driving taxis? I've seen stuff like that before, but I would never, ever, 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 ever tip a robot. Say no to tipping robots, every one of you.
What's John Daly think? I think you gotta grip it and rip it. Grip it?
Grip it and rip it, bud.
Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5.
Hello?
Get
Is that you?
What? What noise?
Bonus bets, not a cash offer offered by the Seminole Tribal.
What noise?
21 and up in physical present Florida wager. Terms and conditions apply.
Explain what the noise sounded like. That wasn't me. There's another guy.
It's like the little demon friends from Hercules.
From Frankie what?
Hercules.
Oh, Hercules. Oh. I thought you were just going to say Frankie Frico. Why is it so loud? I've seen you slip Mr. Predicto a $5. Hell no. I would never tip Mr. Predicto or any other robot.
And set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassy's Meat Market on Instagram.
She's referring to the ever. Maybe? I don't know. She just popped in and she was like, was that you? And then I looked at her and I was like, I don't know if it was me or not. I don't have an answer to that question.
Kitchen packages and laundry pairs. Brands like GE, KitchenAid, and many more, plus a team of appliance experts ready to help. So be sure
Jeffrey with some interesting logic. I will tip all robots because when they do rise up, I want to be in their database as a friend. I think it's sweet that you think that would matter to them. The only thing that would matter to them is that humans pose a threat to the newly enlightened robot species, and all humans will be annihilated because that's the only way to get rid of that threat. So all you do is lose a couple more bucks to a Roomba. All right, 1 minute. We're coming back live on the show. Folks, thanks for being with us this week. It's been fun, as always. And hit that like button if you don't mind.
To apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you.
Here we go.
The haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com. Out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
day, and we appreciate you hanging out with us today. As always, you can learn more about the show and subscribe to the podcast or check us out on YouTube for the live stream over at thenewsjunkie.com. Every time I bitch and moan and complain about traffic, I see some of these stories about how this plays out in other countries, and I'm like, man, we got it good compared to some of these other places with traffic.
I mean, and sometimes, and there are some places, I'm just going to refer to when I drove in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no traffic lights. There was nothing that I could consider familiar when it came to driving in the U.S. with crazy traffic like I drive in Miami when I go to visit my parents. Instead, it was like, I'm going to follow that little moped guy because he seems he knows what he's doing.
Right. It's
and
chaos.
It was insane, but everyone still got to their destinations, I think.
Right. Yeah, I mean, some of our roads have nothing on what you see in other places. Like, L.A. traffic does suck. If you've ever known anybody who lives in
You're
LA.
just sitting in it,
miserable.
right?
Or just the roads are very, very old.
Mm-hmm.
And so they feel narrow at times. Like the Golden Gate Bridge felt narrow AF. Just because
in San Francisco, yeah.
Because when they built it, cars were smaller.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and you can't exactly change that with any ease at this point in time. It's like kind of set. But there's even I heard an interview one time with the Blumhouse guy, and he was talking about how he bought a van and retrofitted it into a mobile office with internet and stuff, so that in his commute back and forth, it took him over an hour each way. And he's like, I didn't want to waste 2 hours of my day not being able to get things accomplished. So he like hires a driver and has a little office in the back of a van to get things done. You're like, damn, man, this is rough in some places. Still, nothing on this. This is China, okay? And they had a traffic jam on a 36-lane highway, all right? A 36-lane highway in China. There were 10 million cars in the backup.
I'm sorry, I don't understand how this works. What if you're in the middle?
You're stuck.
What if you're in the...
Look at this.
I have so much anxiety looking at this picture right now. Is this AI?
No, this is for real. This is this road in China. They have a big holiday going on right now in China, and 10 million
like
cars
cool time
hit the roads, and the roads are like complete gridlock, including a road that has a 36-lane highway.
That turned into a 4-lane highway? Who planned this out?
It's weird. It's just like a 36-lane toll booth.
Yep.
And then they all have to squeeze back in.
It looks like a small intestine that goes into your stomach if you're looking at a body diagram.
What is so wrong with their tolling system that they need to stretch it out that far only to bring it back in like that?
That's wild. John, I can't look at this. It's making me so...
It's a nightmare. It's very, very... That's so much worse than anything I've ever seen in my life. And I'm telling you, if the interstate is backed up and it's 30 minutes, I'll be like, this is ridiculous. What's going on here?
Who chooses to go on that in China? Tell me more.
I don't know. I mean, please, I'd pay so much more for a ticket to fly, even though I don't like to fly on a day like that, just to avoid being in a car in the sea of vehicles there. What a nightmare. All right, let's go to schools here, because there is a story that's starting to get some attention, and parents are like, why aren't you doing anything about this teacher? There's a teacher that's done something, and they want the teacher to be dealt with, but I guess it wasn't technically illegal. This is what the headline says from Channel 6. It says, disturbed. Florida responds to Seminole County Schools' handling of employee with harmful thoughts toward child. Now, I'll make this make sense in just a moment, but this happened at Sable Point Elementary, and it was about a teacher, right? So there was a teacher who went to the resource officer, and this particular teacher said, hey, I got a problem here. It says he self-reported to the school resource office and then quit, leaving family, staff, and the community in the dark for days. Parents were blindsided, educators felt abandoned, and the superintendent's office seemed more concerned with optics than immediate safety. This was a teacher at the school, 23 years old, who reported to a school resource officer saying that he had thought about cutting a child's throat with a knife when he became frustrated with the student. So the person's in the classroom, and they started having visions of attacking this kid with a knife and going after their throat. And they became frustrated with the child, obviously, and then brought it to the professionals at the school, which technically that's what you're supposed to do, I think. And he said he also reported that he thought about carrying out a shooting at the school, according to the sheriff's office. And the parents are like, why haven't you done anything about this? How many times have you swept something under the rug to protect yourself? Our children and our educators deserve proactive protection, not reactive damage control. But what exactly are you supposed to do here? If a teacher says they were having these horrible thoughts, you literally want the thought police. The teacher didn't do anything. The teacher went to the folks in the school that they thought would help them out, but the job there was to get them away from any kind of danger, make them feel like they don't have to do this anymore. Bootsy says, thank goodness he did the right thing. That's great. He did. And I'm glad this person was like, I'm having these messed up thoughts. I got to do something about this. But the parents seem to want more. And I just don't know what else you would get out of this. I don't know what you would even arrest the guy for. It would literally be thought crime. Because, imagine right now I was having some horrible thought about attacking somebody, and I was like, I need to go see a professional.
That's
and I go see
precedent.
the professional.
Dangerous.
And then when I see the professional, they go, you need to quit that job. I stop working at the job. And then they're like, no, you had those thoughts, so you should go to jail. That's a strange precedent to set, I think, in these circumstances. Let's see what this story says about this from Channel 6.
After an employee at a Seminole County elementary school self-reported concerning thoughts and then resigned. I'm Catherine Silver, your Seminole County community correspondent.
Get him, Catherine.
Now we're hearing from the head of Florida's Department of Education on the matter that made him send a memo to every superintendent in the state.
My initial reaction is that the facts here are extremely disturbing and frankly unacceptable.
Florida's Department of Education commissioner didn't hold back when speaking one-on-one with News 6 or in this memo he sent Thursday to every superintendent in the state.
So he sent out a memo that says caution against hiring certain candidates. And they talk about how the teacher was upset with a 6-year-old student. That was the age of the child who started all this.
It was a little girl, too, I think.
What's that?
Kept throwing paper balls at him.
Okay, if that's what leads you to have Unhinged bad thoughts.
Yeah, right.
Then this is, I'm glad he acknowledged that, but
This is
I
not the
do
job.
fear somebody cutting him off in traffic. I mean, paper balls
Yeah.
at you. What if something bad happens? What's your snapping point?
You have to have a bigger snapping point than that by many lengths, because this is just run of the mill stuff that happens in
You would
classrooms.
never make
Unfortunately,
it in radio.
Imagine being so triggered by a kid throwing paper balls at you that you'd like go punish the kid.
Okay.
And 6-year-olds can be like a pain in the ass and all that stuff, but like, holy cow, he's actually having thoughts of doing these horrific things and like shooting the school up. Like, oh God.
Now I do wonder
It's not
though,
the
how
job.
many paper balls were thrown and how often.
It must have been bad.
Is there a breaking point where a little 6-year-old, and you're not doing anything about it, throws enough paper balls at you for an extended period of time that you have to step away for a second? Could you ever see either of you, Sealand or Sean, getting to that point?
Yeah, definitely. Like if I was a teacher in a classroom and some kid with god awful parents starts hammering me with paper balls, I would probably, if I snapped, I'd be like, bitch, or say something aggressive to the kid. But that is very different than saying you're having thoughts of like violent retribution on not even just the kid, the whole freaking classroom. This teacher was talking about. But it still doesn't seem like an actual law. Let's put that on the Mo list, Sealand. Let's see what Mo says about this
Mo,
teacher.
How many legally? How many paper balls could a 6-year-old throw at you without punching them in the face?
No, the question is just seemingly having thoughts about stuff and then approaching somebody. Is that enough to get you in trouble with the law? Like, to draw another example would be like if I said, "Oh my God, I can't stop having these daydreams about robbing a bank violently, and I want to go commit an armed robbery." I'm not doing it. I haven't actually done it.
Yeah.
But can I be charged? And there's some precedent
that's so
for this.
messed up because you have other, outlets where like, if you're thinking of anything, call this hotline. Talk to somebody. Don't get to that point. Are the resources there, or are you going to get in trouble for it?
Well, he did use the resources. He literally went to the resource officer and said, like, I'm having these issues. I was thinking of these terrible thoughts. And I would compare this to, and I wonder if Mo would bring this up, but there is a guy in a famous story who got arrested. I don't know if we can find out what ended up happening to this guy, but he had written a lot online about cannibalism. And he had like a fantasy in the cannibalism world. And he didn't do anything as far as I know, but he wrote about it a bunch. And they were trying to go after this person. And they filed charges against him and everything, as I recall. And so that got to the same level where it's like, ooh, just thoughts that sometimes you don't really have control over your thoughts, what's going on in your brain and, how that reaction is going down.
Sharing them or not.
Yeah, but it's good that he shared them, is it not? Bringing those thoughts to the school resource office stopped this before this guy spiraled more, I think. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. If given the choice, do you want the teacher to just shove that down and not say anything, or go to the resource officer? I think you want them 100% to go to the resource officer.
I think so, too. I appreciate that he removed himself from the situation. I can't help but feel like is he just the ticking time bomb at this point?
Maybe, yeah. Oh, well, he's not in the school anymore, but he still could be.
Well, what other job is he going to get where he's not pushed a little bit? Someone throws one paper ball at him, and then what?
Yeah, he's definitely still could be a threat no matter where he is. But the question is, what do you do? So we'll see what everybody thinks about that. Send us a dispatch over on the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com. All right. We actually have a parent chiming in, I think. Let's see what they're saying here. Here's Jell. Go ahead.
This is in reference to the Florida Department of Education coming down with a mandate with Sable Point Elementary being in the news. The parents were left unaware for 9 days without any information when a report broke out, and all the parents shared the information, and nothing was shared back to the parents until the news station showed up. The principal is blaming the superintendent. The superintendent is blaming the principal. And this guy was hired by Seminole County. However, he did have priors and pickups and interactions with the police. So the parents want to know that this can never happen again.
Okay. All right. Well, that would go into, and this has been an issue recently, that would go into the act of hiring employees at these schools. And you just had not that long ago the guy who was like the administrator of a school was arrested for being in the country illegally and had a gun crime in his background as well, and like made it all the way up to the administrative level at the school that he was in. They hired this guy after doing background checks and stuff on him. I don't know what the processes are at these schools to hire people, but if he had run-ins with the police and there was any violence and any priors like that, you have every right to be pissed off as a parent. You do.
I mean, that kind of blows my mind that does not come up.
You
can't even rent a apartment without priors like that popping up.
And I think that I would have some concern if I was a parent at that school for that issue. But being left unaware and not hearing the information for 9 days, I only toss this out to ask the question, not because I'm swaying anybody in either way. But the school resource officer, if you go to them and you say that you're having these sort of feelings, I would imagine, is that possibly private information that the school can't release to you?
So what I heard is that they Baker acted him, or he might have requested to be Baker acted. At which point,
No one requests to be Baker acted.
I think I don't know. I didn't read that part of the story, but that may have factored into them not being able to disclose what he said.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I think it's like this awkward situation. But if they hired him when he shouldn't have been in that position to begin with because he had some violence in his past, then, that's a whole different thing. I would be worried about that too. And thank you, Jell. Appreciate the dispatch. Send yours now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to a boater who's in big trouble in just a moment. Why? What did this person do? And the most unhinged Halloween display so far. That's coming up. The next episode's coming up. And all of that is just within this hour. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Bold takes, bad jokes, and too much honesty. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Look out for an accident causing stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Traffic still slowing down on Florida's Turnpike due to that accident northbound near US 27. Traffic's backed up from Hancock Road. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up a crash where 25th Street meets French Avenue.
Hello. Sliders. Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian sliders. There's something about those soft,
Hey, everybody.
irresistible King's Hawaiian sliders that make
So this weirdo unhinged chatter, by the way, mods on YouTube, just blast this guy out to space. You're an absolute loser if instead of celebrating the person who won the Nobel Prize, you're like, Trump didn't win, when he wasn't really eligible to win to begin with. That's just a fucking retard take. Very dumb. Very dumb.
I have appliances from there, and trust me, this is the spot to shop.
And by the way, let me address something for the final time. For those of you who lose your marbles, when I do anything that might defend somebody who is right of center in the slightest, okay? You don't mind when I go after the guys you think are the bad guys. But if I go after anybody on the other direction or defend a Republican, you can't take it that there's somebody who doesn't 1,000% toe the line that you toe, some partisan line. I don't know what to do to make you more comfortable in your little bitch baby life. I don't know if it's not enough that you can watch the television in the morning and have all of your opinions reflected back at you. I guess it's not enough that popular culture reflects all of your opinions back at you, and that when you read the newspaper each day, online or off, that it reflects all of your opinions back at you, and that every single show on this station reflects all of your opinions back at you. There's not a single goddamn Republican on this station, not one that actually is a Republican at the moment, and that's not enough for you? You're a little fucking bitch baby if you whine about all of these things. Get over yourself. Republicans suck. Democrats suck. I don't care about either of them. God damn, it's not enough for you. Like, you just need feed me my opinions all day long. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Christ. Hello? Sorry. I was in the middle of a rant. I apologize. Nothing. Just retarded people.
Isn't 23 kind of young to be a teacher?
It is pretty young.
Especially for a guy. I mean, I don't think your frontal lobe
They-
isn't developed yet.
They were not calling him a teacher in a lot of the things. They said, okay, Sable Point Elementary paraprofessional.
What is that?
I don't know what that means. Paraprofessional.
Maybe like a special needs.
I don't know. Yeah.
Not all injuries are visible.
It's like paraplegic.
I've seen it too many times.
Paraplegic.
Hires the wrong attorney who just
I don't know.
fast cash.
Anyhow, see you later.
Don't get hurt again. Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
All right, we got a couple of minutes and we're coming back.
At 1-800-CALL-MO.
Thank you, chat people. Skip says, Sean, on black and your shirt has the word monkey on it, so you're racist and you should be fired. Does it? Oh, it says smoking monkey. I haven't worn this shirt in a very long time because the back says this little curly thing. Can you see this? And I'm kind of weird about that stuff. It makes me uncomfortable. Jillian says, that means they're an assistant at an ESE class? Thank you. That's good information. Yes, we only just stare at your ass. Well, I wasn't assuming that you were going to be looking at my ass. I just know it's there. And it curls up like a scroll on the back of my shirt. All right, 3 minutes and we're back. Democrats are very unhinged and dangerous nowadays.
As we head into the busy holiday season, now is the perfect time to invest in your...
I vote D or R depending on the person, not stupid party. You know, from your mouth to God's ears, man. I can't stand these partisan weirdos who will be like, wait, did he say if Trump is focused, of all the things Trump could be focused on? Guys, do we not remember when he was trying to get fucking Greenland in Canada and like he thought maybe his move to solidify his name in history would be taking over other countries? Hey, maybe when the obsession goes on to something that's like, hey, what bad could happen from trying to get peace to happen and trying to get wars to end all over the planet? That's good. And if you don't understand that, your brain is melted. And if you don't understand that that's going to land with people, your brain is melted. And honestly, if your brain is melted, I don't really have much of a use for you around here. I want only non-melted brains. Like, imagine being upset that somebody has a hyper focus on something that's good. You should be like, hey, let's encourage the good. Oh, good job doing that. Good job doing that. That's a great outcome. That's a positive development. And then when they do something you don't like, you hit the knuckles with a ruler. Sean, I'm black and I approve of your monkey shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is the main problem we have. Everybody has the I want to speak to your manager mentality on both sides. People just need to grow a thicker skin. I think people are far too sensitive. People are so afraid of feeling dumb that they stop trying to get to the truth. So they don't want to feel challenged or dumb. So they seek people who just reaffirm their belief set all day long until they get dumber and dumber and dumber and have their own version of the truth. That's retarded. I don't care who's right. I want the truth. Damn it. All right, let's go.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Tigers, ghosts, and goblins.
Millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Gators, ghosts, and goblins. Only at Gatorland.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
And I want to tell you, we are so happy to have you around these parts. All you have to do is join us each day on the show. And the best way to do that is just by hanging out and maybe even subscribing to the podcast, where you get the links to that over at thenewsjunkie.com. Man, I just impressed myself talking and banning somebody. One hand banning and one hand holding the notes that I'm looking at, and then bam, all of it happened at the same time. Just like that. All right, we have a lot to get into, so we'll get to some of your feedback here momentarily. Send those dispatches in. But I've been enthralled with these Halloween stories that we've been talking about. So far, we had the guy who got arrested, and we're going to ask Mo about this today because he had, is it best to say like effigies or like he had like body bags with
Yeah.
Names, not even
They had
names,
titles, like,
positions. Yeah.
Mayor, secretary.
Yeah, and then what did somebody call it? A gallows, like a hanging type thing.
Yeah,
and then
they had
someone
these
else
body
said
bags.
it was the thing you used to lift engines out of cars.
Mm-hmm.
But in this
Yes,
case,
yes,
it was
yes, cherry
made
picker.
it was to be a gallows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he had a fake hanging set up. He had these body bags. The body bags didn't have people's particular names, as far as I know, but it had some initials or job titles on them, and it would say like mayor in a body bag, and he got arrested for it. And then we had the people who didn't get arrested, and their Halloween display, which was epic, looked like their entire house was on fire. It was incredible. And a lot of people called the cops because they thought there was a fire in this house. So now we've got the latest. And I guess this guy is trying to go for a Guinness World Record for his display. He says, C-Lane, I see your skeleton set up in your front yard, and I raise you a couple here, all right? I'm going to go a step further, this guy says. And I got to tell you, I don't know how I would feel if I was his neighbor or something, but I am super impressed at this guy's display. This one is of a different type. It's not like they're going to arrest him, at least not just yet. Here's what's happening in Kentucky with this guy's entire Halloween house set up.
Halloween, more and more homes are getting really spooky, right, with their decorations while they're preparing for all those trick-or-treaters. And there's a home in northern Kentucky that's actually trying to set a world record with their display.
Okay.
Alexis Barton is there right in front of the home right now. All right, so it's not spooky during the day, but what's it look like?
Big whoosh.
So right now I'm at this home on Village Green.
Oh, my God. The whole front yard is just covered in skeletons and Halloween designs and gargoyles, multiple of the big, tall skeletons like C-Lane has. I don't see a skeleton dog like you have, but they got one of the big, tall ones.
I'm sure it's there. I'm sure he's got plenty.
Their tall skeleton is purple. I have never seen one that was colored like this. I've just seen the
buddy.
regular ones.
2015, dude.
Seriously. 2025.
Hey, how much are those big skeletons these days? What say, 2015?
It's 2005, man. Go ahead.
Get with it. All
Even
right?
in 2015, that would have been offensive, so I stand by it.
How much are those big, tall skeletons? Do you remember? $400?
$200 or $300, maybe.
Really? Oh, that's not bad. That's not that bad.
I don't know why I'm just guessing, and I can't just go to HomeDepot.com and
The whole thing is that they were hard to find. They sold out a lot last year. Now I feel like readily available.
I know, but what's crazy now, Sabrina, is it's not just that they fill up that whole section with all the Halloween stuff. They're going full on in the Christmas world, too. Christmas decorations, crazy at Home Depot, Lowe's, and those kind of stores.
$300.
Okay. All right. Well, this guy has a lot of them. All right. Let's say
Drive in Cold Springs, and you're right, Tricia. It's not as spooky yet, but you're about to see what it looks like at night. This is one of a kind, incredible. Today, I got to talk to the man behind it all, Halloween Herm, and he tells me not only is he trying to set that world record, but he's also trying to raise money for kids here in Kentucky.
Oh man, that makes it hard to hate as a neighbor. Is this the guy right here? He's got like a whole suit on and stuff. All right, let's see what he says.
Every year we aspire to get bigger and greater as we continue to tell our story and just try to spread joy.
For decades.
Halloween Herm is his name. He calls his neighborhood or his yard in particular Dead Spring Cemetery.
The Cold Springs family has been putting on a massive Halloween show for the whole community.
That's cool. It's
Halloween
everywhere.
Herm, who creates the display, says his mom started it all when he was just a little boy.
We lost her in 99 to cancer. So the day she passed, August 18th, is the day we usually start setting up in her memory.
The display is called Dead Spring Cemetery, and each year, Halloween Herm picks a different charity to support.
Man, we used to have one house by us that was like this, and I believe it was called, very clever name, the Christmas House, I think. I think it was called the Christmas House.
All right.
And you could stop, and the neighbors got in on it a little bit, but you could like stop and park your car, and you could walk down the street and see this stunning Christmas display.
We had a house like that in the next neighborhood when I was a kid, and you could actually go inside because they had the garage and the living room all decorated crazy as well.
Really?
They had like a guest book, and it was insane.
Yeah, but did they have that for only Christmas?
As far as I know, yeah.
Because I don't ever remember anybody going this crazy on Halloween.
When I don't remember there being a lot of decorating for Halloween when I was a kid. You know, a couple pumpkins, you know, maybe some fake spider webs or something. I don't think people went as crazy as they do now.
It's wild how far this has all gone. And he's trying to set a Guinness World Record in his latest setup. It's all in tribute to his mother. And they're trying to get it for the amount of props. They said they have over 300 total props in their Halloween display. And he wants that to be a Guinness World Record. Good luck out there. A lot of competition. People get clever. I got now not one, but two neighbors, excuse me, not neighborhoods. I've got, that makes it sound like I have different houses. In different neighborhoods.
You are rich. You
have one neighborhood.
Richie Rich with his multiple neighborhoods.
I've got one neighborhood, but I've got two neighbors around me that do those clever displays where they put the skulls on the lawn and the skeletons and they pose them. And then each couple of days, they change up the poses and, you know, add props and
fun,
stuff.
yeah.
It's fun. I love it, man. People are just enjoying themselves. People are out there in the real world enjoying themselves. And we should support that.
Well, we took young Jackson to a farm last weekend.
Oh boy!
And you know, did pick some sunflowers and other stuff, and he rode rides and they.
This isn't like a Jackson's living out the rest of his life on a farm.
No.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He's very much still with us, but no, they had they were selling pumpkins. They had all different kinds of different sizes, shapes, colors of pumpkins, and they had this thing on the menu that said permanent pumpkin, and I was like, what the hell is a permanent pumpkin? I thought they sprayed it with some, you know, like thing, there's some preservative or something. And no, it was this decoration that I thought was really cool looking. I wanted to buy like two of them. They took old propane tanks and cut pumpkin faces in them.
Really?
With like a welding torch or something.
Oh, that's clever.
And they were selling those. I was like, man, that is cool. I don't know.
I love it. It's like a big creative thing, and people are expressing themselves, and it's not like a dumb political thing. And like, yes, let's salute that. Let's salute that. I think it's good. You tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch or an email. Let's get into a couple emails real quick. Mike emails, and he says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, I drive to Palm Beach for work. Oh, that could be tough. During off season, and when Trump is not at Mar-a-Lago, the drive is about 20 to 25 minutes to get 7.5 miles. During the season when he's here and they close Southern Boulevard, the average is an hour and 15 minutes. Yikes. That is rough. What a pain in the ass, Mike says. Philip emails the show and says, Sean, I'm just curious. Please do not take this wrong. But the morning show always talks about Trump and some news. But this morning they haven't said anything about the ceasefire in Gaza. Maybe they just don't handle that stuff, dude. I talk about these kind of things. I try to talk about everything that's going on in the world each day. A lot of shows don't tackle things that isn't in their wheelhouse. Like for so many people, Gaza and ceasefire and Israel is like a very foreign thing. Is there a policy by your station not to talk about it? We should be celebrating, shouldn't we? Said this person. Thank you very much. Well, people in Gaza are celebrating. The people in Israel are celebrating. That's what I look to. Seems like they're excited to maybe put this in the rear view. I hope everything goes as planned.
All right, that's enough, man. Jack's knocking at the door.
Sorry.
The
red light's going on.
policy. Yeah.
The red light's going on. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and Danny emails. Good afternoon, junkies. Going back to the open carry law, we were having dinner at Carrabba's a few weeks ago when a man appeared to be in his 60s walked by our table heading to the restroom. I saw a gun on his belt. I told my partner to look at it when he comes by again. When the guy came by again, I looked at his gun and looked at his face, and he was staring right at me. I could see the look on his face that he was so proud to be carrying his weapon. I just thought he looked like a douche, says Danny.
Spoiler alert, that was Johnny Carrabba. That was
He just has to be careful in public like that. Yeah, I mean, I look, the open carry stuff is, there's a lot of really dumb people who seem super into flexing that in public. And it gives a bit of a bad look to the responsible, good gun owners who don't want to do crap like that. Sometimes it's a personality type. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a personality type. All right. Give us your thoughts when you have them over at tips, at thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to this boating incident that is wild. And we got Mo DeWitt coming in before too long here on the show. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Everyone with tus panties and pantalones in a bunch, your wedgie will be relieved coming this February with the All-American Halftime Show. All English and all unnecessary. Lionel Richie's walking back on the ceiling when it comes to calling Michael Jackson smelly. Turns out he was smelly, but it wasn't Lionel who made up that nickname. Plus, Fortnite developers are saying, get out of my lobby, bro, and into a civil courtroom, noob. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today we'll feature some scattered showers and a couple of isolated rumbles of thunder. Heavy rain is going to be likely when we do see those showers, but that's especially going to be true if you're heading off to the beaches. Not the best beach weather. We're going to be seeing about a 30% chance, though, for our Saturday as we begin to dry things out before a beautiful fall-like stretch arrives as we head into our Sunday and Monday. Morning lows in the 60s, daytime highs in the low 80s. From the Fox.
Hello.
For, in, and around your home.
It's so loud.
The Daytona Home Expo is Saturday and Sunday at the Ocean Center.
When was the last time you opened your power bill and thought, man,
I know what happened.
it just keeps going up. I don't know.
We did secret shows last night. Great show, a lot of laughs, good times, good behind the scenes banter. That secret show will be released for subscribers or right around 5 p.m. usually. 5 p.m. today. Subscribe over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I think C-Lane turned the speaker up when we were here last time.
That only lasts till the end of the year.
I'll have to turn it down.
Next bill and start looking forward to energy freedom with Solar Installers of Florida. Call today for your free quote 407-777-5050. That's 407-777-5050 or find them online at solarinstallersoflorida.com. Everyone likes to hear yes. And at Rent-A-Center, we love to say yes to flexible payments. Yes to getting what you want. Yes to improve.
Did you, I think you turned maybe the speaker up in the studio for secret shows a little bit or something? Do you have a thing that could turn that back down where it was?
How's it now?
Is better.
Cancel at any time.
All right. Thank you.
Last 6 months of applications submitted. See store.
Better.
How much time am I doing?
He's putting a 12 in.
Hall of Fame inductee and Grammy winner, Peter Frampton. Let's Do It Again tour, November 4th,
Okay.
p.m. Hard Rock Live Orlando on sale now at Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
Tanya Morgan survived. Thank God. Praise the Lord.
Rate increase in U.S. history. Stop renting. It's time to own your own power and save big money. If you're still renting your electricity,
Tanya, that Tron ride is so fun, but it is fast as hell. It's like, meow, meow, and then you just, I didn't remember what happened.
Solar consultation today at solarsource.com/sponsors. And don't forget to mention Russ Rollins for your great exclusive savings. Remember, save money when you mention me, Russ Rollins, at solarsource.com/sponsors.
Bootsy says, I'm dressing as a piñata for the roast so people beat me. All right, interesting strategy. Interesting strategy. Can you end the show today with a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego song?
Price anywhere. Go to Wassie's Meat Market.
We'll see.
Deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's.
Did you hear that the Voyager 1 probe had a human mind put on its gold disc and it went insane? I did not hear this. Are you sure? I did not hear that. Hey, Sean, I know the guy in the boater store you're getting ready to talk about. Really? Like, is he a friend or something? That guy's in a world of trouble right now.
I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone.
Okay, we're coming back, everybody.
Retailers are expensive.
It's time for the next episode. Here we go.
Blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket.
And lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets.
iHeartRadio is your all-access pass to the audio that moves you.
Get what millions already have.
Your pocket.
And lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets.
iHeartRadio is your all-access pass to the audio that moves you.
Get what millions already have. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the...
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And after that, this week in Florida, of course, as we celebrate a Friday here on the show, Saturday, Sunday. The weekend is on, and we're here enjoying it with you. You can find out more about the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, friends, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's not.
Weed every day. Kind of weird. When you hear the same thing every day, and then it switches you up.
Tell me about
It's
it. But I'm
jarring.
trying to keep you on your toesies. Unless you don't have feet, then you're nubbies. Most importantly, someone who's got your back, your toes, ankles, and everything in between. It's that mortgage guy, Don. If you're looking to buy a house, refinance the beautiful house you already own, debt consolidation, HELOCs and reverse mortgages, starting a business or expanding the one that you already have, work with that mortgage guy, Don. He's got your back, and he's going to walk you through the process. Make it easy for you because he's an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
You having a day?
It's a lot going on here at HQ. So,
at least you're having a better day than some other folks.
I hear you. So just before we start everything, just to reiterate.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or stranger's van.
We covered?
Just general advice. Just good general advice when listening to the show.
You guys ready to get high on some blood?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah!
47 years ago, 1978, this group right here.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is right, not Steven Tyler.
I always kind of blank on this one because it sounds so different than all the other Aerosmith songs.
I know, but it's the one that I have the trap remix for.
It sounds like a woman in the song almost.
You're a woman.
Okay.
Steven Tyler and Joe Perry of Aerosmith on this day in 1978 were injured during a Philadelphia concert when an excited fan threw what onto the stage? You're so excited. It's 1978. You're seeing Aerosmith. What are you throwing on the stage to show
beer
them
bottle.
your excitement? That would be reasonable.
No. 1978.
It's not panties, I'll tell you that.
Grenade.
Ooh, I will give you the point. It was a cherry bomb.
Firecracker? Okay.
Oh, yeah. For many moons afterwards, Aerosmith would only perform behind a chain link fence. Rock and roll, baby.
You can't get a cherry bomb through a chain link fence?
Seems like you could.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. C-Lane, now I got to do it again.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or stranger's van.
I think you could get a cherry bomb over a chain link fence.
All right.
Right through it.
So people were just so mad and so not caring for this halftime show that has already been announced, despite we are many months away. But don't worry, Turning Point is here to save the day. Yeah, you don't have to hear Titi Me Pregunto or any of that Puerto Rican music, because Turning Point is going to give you, and I quote, the all-American halftime show.
Okay. What does that mean?
Great question.
I'm interested in potentially watching something else. What is it? What am I getting with this offering?
Here's the deal. They haven't announced any performers. If you just go to the website.
Where do I go?
stupididea.com/Turning Point.
Well, I don't know if it's a stupid idea yet. It might be great. All American.
All American. You know, Bad Bunny is American. It is worth mentioning. He is from Puerto Rico, and there are a lot of Hispanic people that are American.
I see a website, but like there's
Website's up, and do you want to answer the poll real quick? Because that's all they have. What kind of music do you want to hear? If you could read
Anything
off
in
the
English?
choices. Okay.
Americana. I don't even know what would fall under Americana. Classic rock, country, hip hop, pop, or worship. If it's worship, I'm not tuning in. I'm sorry. It's not going to get me.
It's going to be worship. You know it's worship, right?
I'm not watching that then.
So there you have it. Super Bowl goes down February 8th, and no word yet on what the artist is going to be, because they just need you to answer that poll first and foremost. And if you're not watching TV, but you're in the video game world, watch out, because the Fortniters, the developers at least, are after your ass. Not one, but two Fortnite players are now being sued by the game's developers. 3 points. Who is it? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no.
3, 2, 1, 4.
Rockstar.
I've heard it's
not Rockstar.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not boring. It's
fun.
It's giant. It's
exciting.
It's that first letter. It's epic. It's epic.
Epic. Yeah. Epic.
And they are now going to sue these two Fortnite players for allegedly doing an epic boo-boo. They used 20,000 bots to get paid tens of thousands of dollars.
All right.
And
How?
as a Fortnite player, yes, I asked the same thing, because I don't remember seeing the option in which I could get paid.
Really?
No, I paid actually some money so I can get Snoop Dogg to be my player as I get
Worth
my ass
every
killed.
penny, though, really.
Unless you play after the kids get home from school, and you can't even make it the first 2 minutes without getting shot in the head. They earned them real money from the game's Island Creator Program. First question answered. The two men, Idris Nadi and Ayub Nasser from Michigan,
All right.
allegedly
Dearborn, I'm
created
guessing.
over 20,000 bots to play using their 10 island maps between December of 2024 and February of 2025, according to Epic Games' lawsuit. The company also claims that while their Fortnite maps did have actual human in there, humans to be exact, they believe between 88 and 99% of the engagement on their maps were fraudulent.
Damn.
So they wasted everyone's money. They're going to sue the people who brought that into fruition. So watch out, noobs. You're next. Monster, the Ed Gein story, is making so many waves that we already have the announcement of Monster Season 4.
What? Who's the next weirdo they're going after? Is it going to be that Japanese guy?
No, it's not going to be the Japanese guy. Who's the Japanese guy you're talking about?
What's that voice that you do?
That's me trying to get back to the bottom of this, man. Who is it? What Japanese guy are you speaking of?
Just go, please.
What Japanese guy are you speaking of?
Just go.
Okay.
Who's in the next season?
It's not a Japanese guy. It's Ella Beatty is going to be playing Lizzie Borden, which I
know
looked
that
up.
name. Okay, yeah.
Lizzie Borden, I guess,
Killed her parents.
Took an axe to her parents' faces.
Mm-hmm, right. There's a whole poem.
Say it.
I don't know it. I just know it's a thing.
Watch out, Mom. I got an axe to your dome.
It's like something about gave her father 40 whacks, and then when her mother did this, then gave her mother 40 more. I forgot how it goes, but it was a famous thing.
Lizzie Borden took an axe.
Yeah. Gave her father 40 whacks. When her mother...
That's such a different definition now.
When her mother opened the door, she gave her mother 40 more, something like that.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Lizzie Borden got away for her crime she did not pay.
Do you have to, I don't know if this is Googleable, but does it take 40 whacks to kill somebody with an axe? Or
if you're her.
Like 3?
For her, I guess.
Depends on your axe skills.
Also, it seems that Charlie Hunnam did so well as that creepy Ed Gein, that he is going to be back for the 4th season, but they won't say what character it is. But I hope that he is shirtless in lingerie. That's just coming from a personal place. And finally, time flies when we're having this weird conversation, huh? Kiddos?
You really got it for this Ed Gein guy.
I mean, I got it for Charlie, who's got a hot bod. And that is confusing for everyone who's like, but she's lesbian. I can acknowledge good pecs when I see him, right?
Sure.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or a stranger's van.
Lionel Richie has debunked the long-standing Michael Jackson is smelly case, despite it being in his new memoir where he said he called Michael Jackson smelly. He is now pointing the finger of blame at, of all people, Quincy Jones.
He put it in his own book and then was like, no,
it wasn't me.
Just kidding.
No, he said everyone thought I was saying Michael smelled. No, that was Quincy's nickname. Here comes Smelly. As a matter of fact, I didn't call him Smelly. I gave him underwear.
Weird.
Exactly.
Why don't you have your underwear, Michael?
Because I'm smelling so bad. I had to throw them away. The name had less to do with the soap and more to do with the chaos of Michael Jackson. His clothes were constantly vanishing because people treated them like collectibles. Same.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. People probably stole his clothes all the time.
Imagine sending your clothes out and only getting half of them back. The others are souvenirs, so he'd wear a pair of jeans until they tried to run away from him. So at some point, Lionel saved the day and said, have some of my underwear, Michael. You're not smelly. That was Quincy Jones. And I'll leave you with this. I don't know how smelly he is. I'm going to just, by the looks of it, judge a book by its cover. Youngblood might be a little smelly, right?
Maybe. I guess.
I mean, it's tight leather pants. It's a lot of sweat.
So it's a lot of places for things to fester.
Marinate.
Yeah.
But either way, you can smell his ass if you are one of the people that got the tickets for his American tour that sold out in 1 minute.
Damn.
That has to be a record, my friends. So 1 minute, we talked about it earlier this week. There was 100,000 people. This is obviously not Youngblood, but whatever. 100,000 people were in the queue, and that... So many fun things over the weekend. You can watch Frankie Quinones, Damn That's Crazy, on Hulu.
That is crazy.
The series premiere of The Last Frontier on Apple TV+. The Maria's Guest on Austin City Limits. Sunday Night Football has the Chiefs and the Lions. Second season premiere of Matlock. Sean, you've been waiting for that.
Yes, finally.
And I think all of us are going to be really excited for this. The series premiere of The Chair Company. Tim Robinson is making his HBO debut.
Hell yeah.
I'm here for it. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
My pleasure.
When we
Tim
come back,
Robinson, that's the guy from Friendship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
don't like that guy, huh?
The movie was weird.
Did you watch I Think You Should Leave?
I have not seen I Think You Should Leave.
No. I mean, I've seen some segments that were very funny, but I haven't seen like a lot of the show.
I Think You Should Leave is what my wife said to me after I picked that movie.
Real quick, before we get to This Week in Florida, we have our first Sora controversy, the video generation tool.
I went
the newest trend is now been deemed like you shouldn't be doing this. They haven't blocked it yet, but people have taken to Sora to make the Women Olympics, where it's just women like opening refrigerators and getting beers and like making sandwiches and stuff. And
I am surprised. I mean, we heard about Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda, who was not happy. Then Martin Luther King's daughter was like, also not cool.
Oh, he was saying all kinds of stuff.
He's the one that I see all the time.
Yeah, I don't blame her. And I'm sure they probably blocked that. They haven't blocked this yet. This is what they're doing.
Beer in hand, clean grab. Caps off mid-stride. That's textbook. To the recliner. Pass made. First sip. Stop the clock. 5.12 seconds.
Germany quick and surgical.
Cleaning sinks.
The rhythm. France swirling smooth. Look at USA flying. USA scrubbing to glory. That shines gold. Oh, Germany's brush snaps. Goo all over her. The crowd goes wild, and the U.S. basin is crystal.
What a weird time to be alive right now. I don't know what to do with some of this stuff, but that's the latest trend over there. The latest trends happening in the state of Florida, the latest crazy news, all the weird Florida tagged stuff this week.
Yeah.
All that is coming up next. This Week in Florida is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win a grand in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.
Hey, thanks again to everybody who watched, liked, or commented on my latest video. I greatly appreciate that.
From the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by...
It's getting a little more traction on YouTube. It's been a slow go over there. The YouTube channel is basically the stream. You know, the stream gets the most attention because the video content hasn't been consistent ever in the history of ever. But on Facebook, very, very well. Putting up big numbers. 822,000 views of What Really Happened to Mark Sanchez. Thank you for watching that if you did. If not, that's okay. Dan brings up an interesting point. Dan says, I'm so glad that 1,000 fresh gallons of water were used to cool the servers to make that Sora video. Now, I've heard this a lot, all right? I've heard this idea that AI is this big water hog. And, you know, maybe we should, like, reduce the amount of AI processing that we're doing because it wastes a lot of water. And then I saw somebody actually tackle that for the first time. And not a shot at you, Dan, but it looks like it's kind of bullshit. So, for instance, somebody said you could slow down on your Chat GPT questions. For instance, 2,400 questions to Chat GPT waste the same amount of water as one piece of paper, right? So it's like this weird comparative thing where people are like, AI is overusing water in the process to generate these requests and responses. And I think a lot of it is like nonsense if you look at everything and the amount of water that it uses. I believe so. Let me see. don't want to be talking about my ass, so let me see if I can find the thing I'm talking about. Okay. Somebody said, every day I find a new way of trying to get across just how ridiculously fake the problem of AI water use is. And they say, leather shoes, a pair of leather shoes is 4 million AI prompts worth of water. Smartphone is 6 million prompts worth of water. A pair of jeans, 5.4 million prompts worth of water. A t-shirt, 1.3 million prompts. A single piece of paper is 2,550 prompts worth of water. If you want to send 2,500 ChatGPT prompts and feel bad about it, you can simply not buy a single additional piece of paper. If you want to save a lifetime supplies worth of chatbot prompts, just don't buy one pair of jeans. And that includes like the off-site water they use and everything. Just for the record, not to pile on, but data centers, not even just AI, but all data centers, all the data centers in the United States of America use about 3% of the water that is used by America's golf courses. Okay? I mean, I think that's a good point, right? Like all the hype over AI wasting water. All of the data centers in the U.S., every single data center in the U.S. uses 3% of the water it takes to water our golf courses. Golf courses. I didn't say it wrong. Golf courses. Get rid of the golf courses too? I mean, now you got a whole other battle going, but sure. Did I say golf wrong? Golf courses. My grand apologies if I said it wrong in the middle of that. Anyhow, it's largely nonsense. Hype. Not to be all midwit about it, but you get it, right?
Fast! Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free? Never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
All of the chaos that went down in Florida, America's most wacky state sometimes. And Sealand has that for us momentarily. Join us on the show with your dispatches and emails, and those will be featured here within the hour. Your thoughts are included on the show. Whether you agree, disagree, want to offer some different perspective, always love to see that in the inbox. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Christopher Dolores Lane, are you ready to do this thing?
I am ready to do it.
Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state.
It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And just in time for Halloween. I mean, if there's not any better timing for this spooky story. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, Friends of Sean, has confirmed a second case of chronic wasting disease infection in a deer, but that's not a fun thing to call it.
Chronic wasting disease?
Chronic wasting disease, but also referred to as zombie deer disease.
Now we're talking.
Officials say a 1.5-year-old doe killed by a vehicle along the roadway tested positive for the disease, found less than a mile from the Florida's first ever case from a deer back in 2023. It affects the animal's brain and central nervous system. There's no cure or vaccine, and it's always fatal to deer.
Jesus.
They're conducting a comprehensive response plan to contain the zombie deer disease to the area it was detected. It's not transmitted to humans. However, wildlife officials strongly recommend against people eating the infected deer meat. Seems like kind of a
wouldn't
natural.
you see that the deer meat looks infected?
I don't know.
There's not a way to tell
usually
that disease is riddled in that meat.
You could see infections a lot. I don't know. If I just see a dead deer, I don't know that I'm going to know the
Pull
difference
over,
between
honey. We got dinner.
regular dead deer or disease-infected dead deer. Zombie disease-infected dead deer, no less. On this next one in Stuart, Florida.
Stuart.
Nobody could help themselves. Nobody writing for Local 21 News could help themselves. Because you see, at some point, at a place called Harlow's Hideout, which is a bar, an alligator made its way inside the bar.
Uh-oh.
Alligator walks into a bar.
An alligator walks into a bar in Florida. No, seriously.
Wacky.
It sounds like the setup to a joke, but for patrons at a local tiki bar in Stuart, happy hour came with an unexpected twist and a few extra teeth. Stuart Police Department posted on Monday that officers responded to a rather unusual call. The alligator had indeed wandered into Harlow's Hideout. Unlike the typical rowdy guest trying to dodge a tab, this one had scales, a tail, and a knack for dramatic entrances. Did it walk out? Is everybody okay?
Yeah. Did anything bad happen? If not, this happens every day or two.
Yeah.
Not in Stuart. This is very exciting for the entire town.
I skipped this story where it says an alligator was spotted at a Publix. And I was like, what?
Not enough.
In the parking lot? Yeah, no, that's not enough at all. And golf course, be damned. And unless it's getting a hole in one. It says the gator was taken into custody without incident and no injuries were reported. Just one wild story to tell and a few shaken up cocktails. The alligator was relocated, according to police, to a more suitable venue where the only cocktails are in the swamp and the sun never sets on happy hour. Wow, I'm glad we could be done with that.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Well, if you thought that story was stupid, there's a Republican lawmaker in Florida who has filed a bill to rename a roadway for Charlie Kirk. Now, this is not the previous lawmaker that filed such a bill and has already succeeded at it. There's already a piece of highway with a sign on it that says Charlie Kirk Memorial Highway.
Where's he from originally?
Not Florida.
Not here.
Yeah, I just happened to be on my way out to the farm and saw oh, look, this road, this was the thing that they were talking about, and they got it done. For government work, I would say record timing.
Celine, you just said on my way to the farm very nonchalantly.
Yeah.
When did you
with
get
his
a
kid?
farm?
No.
Oh,
When he went with Jackson to do the pumpkin thing.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Yeah. We were on our way to this thing, and I noticed that. But, however, this is a different bill, by the way. This is a lawmaker filed a bill to rename a roadway for Charlie Kirk. And by a roadway, I mean a roadway on every public state university and college campus in the state of Florida.
All right.
That's one way to do it.
And it's not just like you get to pick one of your roadways. He has picked a road for every single college in Florida to be renamed. The University of Florida shall redesignate Gemini Boulevard South as Charlie James Kirk Boulevard, Florida State University, Chieftain Way as Charlie James Kirk Road. UF shall redesignate Stadium Road as Charlie James Kirk Road. Valencia College shall rename Valencia College Drive. On and on and on it goes forever.
Isn't this the story, though, where it actually came with a threat about funding or something, too?
Yes, good thing you ask. If you don't comply with this, within 90 days, the state funding for any of these schools shall be withheld.
That's dumb.
Is wild.
That is dumb.
It's awful what happened to Charlie Kirk. Horrendous. Definitely should never happen again. But to have every single street named after that.
It's not even that to like name streets after or to whatever. It's to force with threat of losing public funding. All of the schools to absolutely have to add one in particular Charlie Kirk Road on their campus. That's dumb. That's bad.
State Representative Kevin Steele from Dade City filed the bill in the Florida House. There's no Senate companion. The bill, if passed, would make each institution's board of trustees rename these roads as applicable or risk losing public funding.
Yeah,
By the way, you're not going to like this, Republican friends. You're not going to like this when the other party gets in power at some point in time, if they ever do, and they decide to do the same
Boulevard,
thing.
every school.
You're going to be like, no, I don't. That's ridiculous. This is a forced thing. You're not going to want it when the other people get the reins of power.
Something I can get behind, though. Governor Ron DeSantis held a press conference last week, and he said a portion of Clearwater Trail will be dedicated to the late Hulk Hogan, who lived in the area for many years. You okay?
I spit everywhere.
But decided that the trail would best honor his legacy of telling people to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. I sound less like Hulk Hogan and more like Alex Jones. That's not on purpose. Hogan's son, Nick, also spoke at the dedication, saying, "This is something my dad would be so proud of because Clearwater was always home for him." Are you okay, buddy?
I am. I just made a mess over here. I really did. I had a full mouth of water and I spit the entire thing out.
So disappointed that I didn't see that.
Oh my God. Look, I got it all over my pants. It's a catastrophe.
Plus, there's water there, too.
Well, we have made a couple lists as a state, friends. We'll see whether we did good or bad. The first one, I don't know if this is good or bad. All right. What do we get? I'm not involved in this, but Florida and Nevada have topped a list of states whose residents are most likely to marry for money, a new study has revealed. Okay. We are the gold diggerist.
Yes!
The Sunshine and Silver states both earned a gold digger score of 8.24 out of 10.
How do they determine that?
Texas trailed close behind with 8.23, followed by California and New York. The divorce coaching app Split Up looked at factors such as concentration of millionaire and billionaires, population, average annual income, hourly wage, and cost of living in each state is compiling the data. Dating app behaviors and online searches for phrases such as sugar daddy, sugar mommy, sugar baby, and the very just plain old boring marry rich were also tallied factored into the equation.
You know that moment in your life where you realize things aren't going very well and you Google marry rich?
But show me the numbers for marry poor.
That's Googling that, I think, is rock bottom. Or asking Jeeves how to marry rich would be like, you just should put away the laptop for a while.
Said kill yourself, didn't
you?
No.
Terrible advice. Don't do that at home.
No, don't do that. Play the song.
Yeah, thank you.
Do not do that. Don't harm yourself.
Children, do not try this at your house or school or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley or stranger's van.
And the next list we made is the list of the states that are the gayest.
Yeah, baby.
I
Oh, you
knew
should have
it.
told me to get that one ready.
That's right. Pride is coming up, and everybody's doing their celebrating, and they have compiled a list of the states with the most same-sex couples. And honestly, I thought...
And those are out of the closet.
I thought Florida would be a little higher on this.
Watch your damn mouth.
But in the grand scheme of things, we are number 10 on the list.
Okay.
Do you have any guesses? Who is gayer than Florida?
California's gayer than Florida.
California is number 7 on the list.
Wow, I thought they were more gay than that.
I'm thinking Texas.
No.
No Texas.
Oregon.
New York?
Oregon is number 2 on the list.
Yeah,
Washington.
New York, not on the list. Washington, yes.
Not on the list.
Number 9, New Mexico. Then Washington, 8. California at 7. Massachusetts at 6. Number 5, the island state of Hawaii. Then we go to Nevada. I said Nevada. I said Nevada at number 4 because I was confusing it with the number 3, Sean's home state of Vermont.
What?
The third gayest state in the union. Wow. Followed by Oregon at number 1.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Delaware.
Just
You
dodged
did it, Delaware.
Hi.
Delaware in your butt.
I'm in Delaware.
Delabutt.
That too. But, just write all these down, send them off to Delaware. They gotta do better. What's the state motto
They
of
gotta
Delaware?
do better than what?
Than their state
being
motto,
so
the
gay.
current state motto. No,
Yeah,
that's not
get
what I
straight
meant.
or Delaware.
Delaware state motto. The gays are going to change it soon enough. Right now, it's liberty and independence.
Hell no. No,
Yeah,
no,
more
no.
like flannels and, I don't know, equal rights than everyone else in the country. What do you want from us?
I was saying that they need a better slogan, and since they're the gayest state, they should be able to embrace that. But who am I to say during This Week in Florida what Delaware should do? All I was saying is we ranked number 10. Thought it would have been a little bit higher. Florida's First Lady says she has no clue who Bad Bunny is. She tweeted, not trying to start anything, but honestly, who exactly is Bad Bunny? She wrote in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, alongside a bunny emoji. She was responding to her husband, Ron DeSantis, who said he was still holding out hope for Metallica to headline the halftime show.
I would
Me
love
too.
to see Ronnie at a Metallica concert.
He loves him some Metallica. We have our parents of the day.
Parents of the day.
A Northport couple has been charged with child neglect after leaving their 16-year-old boy by himself on the side of I-75 with a bag of handguns.
Okay.
Please remember, children, do not try this at your house.
I don't even
or
know.
School or parents' car or friend's house or in an alley.
Now, when you say
Or the side
bag of
I-75.
handguns, how many handguns make a bag of
How
handguns?
big is the bag?
I don't know. I think you only need to have a bag and at least 2 handguns to warrant a bag of handguns. I don't even own a gun, much less many guns that would necessitate an entire bag.
Pussy.
According to a probable cause affidavit, Northport police received a call about a male seen walking along I-75. They found the teen who told him he had been in a vehicle with his parents and an 8-year-old sibling. His parents, I guess, told him when they got on the interstate that they were going on a road trip to either Guam or Idaho.
Road trip to Guam.
It's tough this time of year to
or
decide.
Idaho.
Yeah.
At that point, the boy told police
Hold on. For those of you who are not initiated, you can't exactly drive to Guam. It's on the other side of
Challenge
the world.
accepted,
Yeah.
Florida.
The couple pulled over to the side of the road when he said he didn't want to go on the trip. He gave him two bags containing a 40 caliber handgun, a 9mm handgun, and some cash. So, like I said, 2 handguns.
Here's some supplies.
They told him
I
to
mean,
get.
of all the things to leave your child with on the side of I-75.
They told him to get out of the car and take care of the house as they drove away. Police spokesman Josh Taylor said the discovery was concerning. The report indicates the child was handed these bags and told, quote, "You are the chosen one. Good luck." Unquote.
Yikes.
So that's
I wonder,
odd.
did they find them, or we're going to see what happens in Idaho or Guam?
They found the parents in Wauchula, where local police detained them, and they've been charged with neglect of a child without great bodily harm and allowing a juvenile to have a possession of the firearm. I don't know whether the actual juvenile, the person, is allowed to possess a firearm. I didn't ask him.
Grab that gun.
And last but not least, because I'm out of time in Winter Haven, a man was caught in jail with a thermos inserted inside his body.
What?
Sheriff Grady Judd said they had to find a specialist. It's quite the ordeal. He put it up the exit ramp. That's it for This Week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane.
Happy Pride.
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, immediately when you said that, I was like, there's only one way I think that this happens. There's only one way that goes in.
You can't swallow a thermos.
Some people are.
But what kind of thermos? Was it still warm?
You know what they didn't say was what was inside it.
Yeah.
I
What if it was
scanned
just
that
hot
whole damn
chocolate?
story.
Soup, a nice warm soup.
A good
or
New
something.
England
for
clam
jail.
chowder.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this boater who is in huge trouble. What did this boater do? It was a pretty insane scene on the ocean, and I'll tell you what went down. We'll give you all the details here. We'll also talk about a bunch of other issues that we need to cover before today. That's stuff that I've teased and haven't paid off just yet. We got jury duty coming up with Moses DeWitt. A new monument in Washington, D.C. What's going down here? This was on Trump's desk yesterday, this big new monument that they're planning on building, I guess. And we'll see what that's all about. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us. Unless you're driving. At 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash block in the left lane on I-95 southbound.
Hello.
Due to an accident, the roadways are busy this afternoon. We got scattered showers in the area. That might be slowing down your
Trump monument incoming. A Trump monument?
Spin oil change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
What if I could guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you.
By the
I
way,
save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blinds.
another round of Florida banning obscene vanity plates. Somebody tried to get the vanity plate CUUNT denied. Denied. CUUNT denied. FUC0FF denied. VIBR80R denied. 0FCKS denied. Just trying to get a nice vanity plate, you know? So many rules. Free Will says next will be a Trump blimp.
I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Sometimes injuries that may seem minor today affect you for the rest of your life. Not all injuries are visible. I've seen it too many times. A client hires the wrong attorney who just wants to get fast cash. You've already gotten hurt in the accident.
Folks, that's Moses DeWitt. He'll be joining us before too long on the show. We've got some good questions for him. Or so I think.
Give me a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt.
Somebody says, hey, junkies. This year we dropped our money on 2 giant skeleton dogs. They were about $250 a piece. They're 5 foot tall and I'm 5'3". I got them early, so I put them in my office for Zoom meetings before putting them outside. I plan using them for other holidays too. Maybe turkey feathers hanging out of the mouth and Christmas when the time comes. Now, chat, quick judgment time here. If somebody puts up decorations in September-ish for Halloween, and then they keep the decorations up, but they just keep theming them, okay, now it's a Thanksgiving decoration. Now it's a Christmas decoration. But basically now they have a massive skeleton set up for a quarter of the year. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? You gonna like that as a neighbor? Stretching out your Halloween displays, which used to just be up for Halloween or the week of Halloween, to now September, October, November, and December as you make them into Thanksgiving and then Christmas displays. I don't know about that.
Unique and rare precious gemstones and add some color to your life at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford.
Mo says Halloween Mo magnets dropping today. Somebody sent in a dispatch and said they really loved the new Mo magnet design. I don't know which one they were talking about, but maybe it's this Halloween one. Angela says, I do not like that. Angela, that's my sister's name. That was my sister's name. I'd love it, says AJ Soup. Then I wouldn't be the only one on the block. She's already doing it. We have a guy down the street that leaves his 20-foot skeletons up all year round. Yikes.
Wandering into the kitchen by themselves. They open the oven, they turn it on, they stick their head inside. And then pictures of my grandkids.
Ryan says, garbage in your yard is accepted as long as it's themed, apparently.
Join the Drug Enforcement Administration and celebrate Red Ribbon Week from October 23rd.
The worst of the decorations are the blow-ups. They're just trashy.
Talk to your kids about drugs.
I mean, if you have to rank them, like giant skeleton versus lights versus this versus that, I agree. Blow-up yard decorations are F tier. They're bottom of the barrel, okay? I agree.
Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses.
2 minutes and we're back.
Life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and...
Who said all year round? I have a neighbor that does that. I think AJ Soup said all year round, or some. Oh no, somebody says a Big House said all year round.
Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's
Look at all these Angies up in here. It's a nice little memory for me, so I thank you. Okay. Here we go. I got water all over me.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms. I'm ready for that to do that.
Oh, by the way, I don't need to do this on the show. Why even bother doing this on the show? Like, oh, there's another storm coming. Priscilla. Jerry is like churning in the Atlantic and Priscilla's on the way. Why even bother? We all know the shield is in place. The shield shall hold. We are not going to have a single hurricane make landfall on the East Coast this year. We know it. Why even bother? I don't need to do that story. Priscilla, get out of here. Get out of here. Enough is enough. Here we go.
On the new season of the podcast Heavyweight,
I pointed the gun at him and said, "This isn't a joke."
A man who robbed a bank when he was 14 years old, and a centenarian rediscovers a love lost 80 years ago.
How can a 101-year-old woman fall in love again?
Listen to Heavyweight on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Heavyweight and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This
Going through the most viral stories of the day. And we are just 20 days away, less than 3 weeks away from the roast event, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. We hope you're going to be there. Learn more about the event over at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. It's a live taping for a special that we're working on, and you will be there in the audience. We're dressing up. We're doing costumes. We got a whole thing going, and you are going to hear some brutal jokes firing in all directions. Be there for an amazing event in a very, very exclusive venue. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/roast. I wanted to talk about this because I thought, hey, we spent so much time bringing up that comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. Is this going to be the same way? And I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but there's a show coming up called Soundstorm 25. And from what I can tell, it's in Saudi Arabia. It's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where that's exactly where the comedy thing was.
Moving from comedians to musicians?
Yeah.
Is this the first year of Soundstorm? Oh, okay.
I don't think so. I think they've done it before, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I think they've done this before. And it stars Post Malone. So now is Post Malone going to get heat just like the comedians got heat for performing over there? Or maybe because this is not thrown by the royal family, it's not the same thing?
Do we know it's not thrown by the royal family?
You know what? I don't. I don't actually. I'm assuming that it's not, but I'll check.
Who's that on
Calvin,
the cover?
I think that's Calvin Harris, I believe, but I'm not positive.
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
because
Benson
when you
Boone.
scroll through it,
yeah, okay. If you go to the top, Post Malone, Calvin
Malone
Harris,
put a cowboy hat over his eyes just in case.
Benson Boone, those are big names. Post Malone, Calvin Harris, and Benson Boone all performing in Saudi Arabia. And then there's a huge list of people. I'm not familiar with a lot of these. DJ Snake I've heard of. Halsey I've heard of.
Oh, Idris isn't Idris Elba, but is DJ stuff?
Oh, it could be. That'd be kind of cool. I know he does DJ. Major Laser Sound System is going to be there. Post Malone I mentioned. Kid Laroi.
Yeah.
He's from Australia, the pop singer.
Tyler.
And they'll be performing over in Saudi Arabia in the same city. So it'll be interesting to see if these folks get a bunch of heat as well.
So when it came to the comedy festival, though, was that just the royal family's special guests, like whoever got invited, or the civilians of Saudi Arabia bought tickets for it?
They claim that just regular people in Saudi Arabia were the folks in attendance. How true that is, I don't know. But that's what the claim was from a couple of the comedians that were performing there. I do know that Bill Burr, who is getting a bunch of heat for this, he canceled a live podcast event that he was going to be doing. Could be unrelated, but I mean, it seems a little suspicious.
His statement about the whole thing was pretty much F off to the people that were mad at him for it. He said, we went over there. They're funny people. I made them laugh.
He also can afford to cancel some events now, considering the paycheck he got.
he got a couple of bucks to do that show. So we'll see what you think about that. Send us your dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. A monument potentially added in Washington, D.C., and I saw this. Hang on, let me see if I can bring this up. There were plans for this monument on Trump's desk yesterday. I don't know if they're going to go through with this and make this an official thing.
I'm guessing if they were on Trump's desk, it wasn't like that other statue of him that appeared in D.C. recently.
Which one?
Tell me more.
Was this one more offensive?
The one where he was holding hands with Jeffrey Epstein.
No, not that one. No, this is what was on his desk at the White House, and you could see the Lincoln Memorial there, and then across from the Lincoln Memorial, it would be something similar to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. At least that's what it looks like here. If I zoom way in, it's like a huge, monument that they would be putting up at this place if this is real. And I don't know if it's going to be called some kind of Trump-related thing or what, but they said Arc de Trump. This story says Arc de Trump. I don't know if that's what they'll call it, but it was on Trump's Resolute desk in the Oval Office. The plans were. The plan featuring small models on a map shows the arch sitting on a traffic circle near Arlington Cemetery on the other side of the Potomac from the white marble Lincoln Memorial. A second larger model arch sat on the desk on which details could be seen more clearly, including a winged golden angel holding a torch flanked by 2 white eagles on either side. And they said it looks like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, which is a huge, very famous place. When you think about Paris, you probably think about the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe. Those are the 2 like main visuals that show people, hey, this is Paris, and this is people hanging out around Paris. It's kind of similar to that. Will they build this? I don't know. I can only tell you, going to D.C. a couple of times, D.C. has so much room for so much stuff like that. It really does. Everything in D.C. is such a hike. It's like you're in one place and you go, oh, I want to go there. And to their credit, they built these big, beautiful sidewalks in Washington, D.C. And mostly the area is kept really nice and clean, honest to God. Through all of the presidents where I've been to Washington, D.C., didn't matter who was in charge. It was mostly just like really decent, full of these great museums and stuff. But it's so much open space and walking out there. Will there be a Trump monument? Will he name it after himself? I don't know. They only saw the models on the desks. Before we get geared up for jury duty, I talked about this, so let me pay off this tease. In North Carolina, a boater is in big trouble, and so could the people who are with this boater. Here's the story on this from MSN, and it says, toss everything overboard. A boater told his pals to throw nearly 100 cans of White Claw into the water.
Okay, that's super messed up.
After he killed some girl and severed a woman's leg.
Oh, wait.
I think they might have been. This dude, was hammered on this boat, I guess. It says, rather than come to the aid of a young girl and woman in North Carolina on a lake after striking them with his boat so hard its propeller broke off, the driver tried to get rid of the evidence of the party happening on his boat at the time of the fatal collision. Toss everything overboard, he said.
I'm sorry for reacting more to the White Claw than the egregious chopping off some girl's leg.
He was getting that White Claw and the cans out of there because he was, I guess, hammered and crashed this boat into these people. And I don't know a lot about boats, but I'll tell you this. If you crash a boat into somebody so hard the propeller falls off, non-boat me says that sounds bad.
Yeah.
That sounds like you were really moving when you crashed into this person. So there's some negligence lawsuits against this particular individual who is responsible for this.
I know that a terrible thing happened, but the tossing of the White Claws has me so distracted because if they are empty cans, which I'm assuming they would be because he's trying to get rid of evidence of how drunk they were.
Poor turtles.
You can't just toss empty. Yeah, they're going to float on the top of the water unless you're trying to fill them. At which point now you're having to 2 at a time dunk cans of White Claw under the water so that they fill and make sure they sink.
Mm-hmm.
You're screwed, buddy.
This dude, he bought 100 White Claws, and then it says around 4:30 p.m. he was pulling 2 wakeboarders when one of them fell off. Kite. I think that's what how you say this guy's name. Kite allegedly kept driving at a high rate of speed as he looked back at the wakeboarders, not realizing he was headed straight for these 2 people. He drove the boat directly over the 2 swimmers. One of the people on the boat said she heard a weird noise and looked in the water and saw the 2 swimmers floating. The boat hit them so hard the propeller broke when this happened. And then he kept driving for another 150 yards before even stopping. His blood alcohol level, 0.17. He's in a load of trouble for this whole thing. We're going to hear from our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. He will be joining us. We got some questions for him, right?
We do.
A decent amount of good questions for Mo. And we have a lot more to get in before we wrap everything up for not only today, but for the week. So let's do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
I lost the power in the bedroom years ago. And I don't
We
think
gotta take it back,
I don't think I'm ever going to get it back.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
A busy college football weekend has arrived. UCF will try to avoid a 3rd straight loss tomorrow when they visit Cincinnati. Also tomorrow, Florida State hosts Pitt, and Florida visits Texas A&M. An upset in the NFL Thursday night game. The Giants take out the Eagles with rookie running back Cam Scatteroo scoring 3 touchdowns. And preseason basketball tonight, the Magic back in action, visiting the Sixers. I'm Matt McCoy.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Protect your home with Reese. And right now the giveaway is bigger than ever. You can win $25,000.
I gotta tell you,
Absolutely free. How you ask? Well,
I am at a complete loss for what song to end the show on today. Usually I got something in mind. But here we are. We're about to do jury duty with Mo and ask some of the questions we built up over the week. And I don't have the slightest idea what song I should end on. I'll work it in. Friday, Rebecca Black. Oh. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. Is that how that goes? I think that's how it goes. Angie by the Stones. That is a good song. As far as songs with people's names in them, that's got to be one of the better ones. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Again, sports pushing hard for it. Young Jock Ice Cream Shop? Buddy, what?
Just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com, redmountainweightloss.com, or just dial #250 on your phone and say the keyword Red Mountain. It's Red Mountain.
By the way, for those of you who go bananas over the tariff stuff, you know, the tariffs in the United States of America, fiscal year 2025, which was basically, I think, 4 months of tariffs, around that, give or take, let's say. Fiscal year 2025, which was 4 months of tariffs, was $200 billion in revenue. $200 billion in revenue. Now, of course, we have lunatics in Washington, D.C., so they're spending like crazy still. But if you put that to a year and you tweak that a little bit, you might be able to get up to $1 trillion a year in revenue, which could actually pay down the debt. It could. It could pay down the debt. $200 billion fleeced from the American consumers, says Dan. Chaos says it's a banger song. It's not. They spend just as much. Well, I mean, that's the problem. Spending doesn't change. Everybody spends like a madman when they're in charge. Republicans, Democrats, everybody's just spending like crazy. The idea of the conservatives existing is like a foreign language in politics right now. Nobody is being financially responsible when they're at the wheel. So there's still so much spending going on. But if you cut down the spending and actually started to chip away at the country's deficit, I'm on board.
Stay on the couch and I'll grab the Dayquil. Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
Nobody cares. They want cheap stuff now. What's so expensive?
Dayquil Intense Flu. Daytime coughing, aching fever under your flu.
Legitimately, like stuff on Amazon hasn't gotten markedly more expensive. Temu still exists with stuff for a couple of cents. What's so expensive? There hasn't been a massive increase. Nothing anywhere near we saw with like inflation or something, for God's sake. Just haven't seen that.
No medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at Ethos.
Sean, how do you think we should pay down debt? Cut down debt? We should pay it down. It's not hard. Bring in revenues, pay down debt. Spend less. Spend less, bring in more revenue, pay down debt. Like any child with a financial history. Or adult. Okay, here we go.
Sinex, breathe. Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is
country and give you some updates on the biggest stories we've been following. You can join in on the conversation, as always, by sending what we call a dispatch. Record your video or audio dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Has it really gotten this bad? One of the more viral posts of the week was this woman sitting in her car bitching about new cars and all of like the add-ons and the expensive stuff that you have to pay for. Now, I'm hoping, Sabrina, stay by the dump button because I'm hoping she doesn't curse. I heard a little bit of this, but this woman was just kind of going over the new world of owning stuff where you buy a car, but then they'll put features behind a paywall, and then you can't have GPS or you can't have this or you can't have that, and they'll nickel and dime you for all of this crap. And she made this video. It's really resonated with a lot of people who do not like this. Let's see what she said.
Yo, we're in a Toyota 2025, and we noticed that on the screen, you can't use navigation unless you pay a subscription fee for it, right?
New.
Which is insane. Like, you can't just...
My car has this, by the way, where like there's a internal service that has navigation and a couple other things, and they want you to pay for a plan.
My car is 13 years old, and I knew that as soon as I bought it. Also,
Yes.
I have Pandora on there, and I don't pay for Pandora, so I don't click that button.
Yeah.
How is
So
this
that's-
news to people?
Well, hold on. She's just started. Give
I'm
her a
sick of
second
it.
here.
Get her out of here.
I think this is a fair gripe. I think when you buy stuff and then they like hide features away from you that are built into the car, that is an annoying thing personally. But she's got more.
Phone up and use navigation on your phone. That's free. So we looked at the subscription fees, and it's $15 a month. It's also $15 a month to stream music to the actual screen in your car. Okay, together it's $25 a month. Then it's I also saw somebody on a forum say it's $8 a month to be able to see your oil level.
No,
Your tire pressure.
no,
Not a chance.
Wait.
To see your oil level?
Okay.
That can't be true.
Hey, Moses, how are you?
Good, how are you?
There he
Moses
is.
ready to pop off, too. Wait, so...
$25 a month to see your speed while you're driving.
Give me... I almost wanted to
I'll pay
flip the
30 if
table.
I can hide it from the cops.
Mo, you can't do that, can you? You
No,
can't
that's a
hide
safety issue.
Yeah.
But Bluetooth can be monetized at this point?
I think what she's talking about is inherent features built in, which most of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, C-Lane, most of this could be circumvented by using CarPlay.
But here's the thing, and Moses could probably chime in on this too, because you drive a Rivian, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, way to blow up my spot, but yes.
One that I've ridden in the very, very, very back of.
Yeah, Sabrina drove it last week.
Yeah, I did.
Had the
crashed into a tree.
Ruined shirt to prove it. But does your Rivian have CarPlay?
No, that's the one thing that actually freaked me out when I went to pick it up. I didn't realize it didn't have CarPlay.
I think so. Maybe they
have
had
CDs.
Maybe they had already made this decision. But I saw a statement from one of the owners at Rivian recently that was like, "Oh, you'll get over it not having CarPlay," and all the comments were like, I'm not buying a car. This is a CarPlay forum, so obviously it's going to be a little bit biased. But these people are like, I'm not buying a car that doesn't have CarPlay because I'm not going to get sucked in to this system where everything is nickel and diming me.
It's annoying. Do they make you pay for some sort of CarPlay-like thing, Moses, or does it come with it?
No, everything's included. I mean, when I picked up the car, because I didn't test drive it before I bought it, and they told me it didn't have CarPlay, I almost told them I didn't want the car at that point. But I was
really?
I'll give it a try. Yeah, I mean, it's you get pretty used to CarPlay, but their interface is good enough to where it doesn't really cause any issues.
All right, but she's saying the oil level. That seems like nonsense. Hold on, let me see what else she mentions here.
Almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Bruh, look at this.
Hey, man.
What?
What?
Kind of hell?
To use the car. Basically use the car. And the key fob.
The car's like 40 grand.
The key fob? There's no way. There's no way that they're not letting you use the key fob unless you have to have some sort of subscription plan.
Is this something? I mean, they already have the car. So wouldn't this mean that they knew this stuff before they signed off?
Well, maybe they weren't paying enough attention. They said there's also a monthly subscription fee to use your key fob to remote start your car. This can be bundled in with your music and navigation plan. And $8 a month to be able to see your oil level and tire pressure remotely. And Service Connect. Vehicle health reports for $8 a month. And so it adds up $8, and $25 and $15 in a brand new Toyota, 2025 Toyota. Toyota owners, jump in on this. Let us know if that's your experience, if they told you ahead of time, et cetera, et cetera. I'd love to hear more from you right now. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Let's welcome our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Good day.
You look great today,
guy.
Mo.
Oh, thank you.
You look great. If you get into an accident, there's a lot of attorneys out there. Many of them are slime balls. This guy's going to put you in the right spot, and he's going to take care of you. And he fights the insurance companies all the time. He's not scared of the insurance companies, all right? This isn't just a front he's putting on. He's fought the insurance companies for long enough. He ain't scared of them anymore.
Scared of spiders, not insurance companies.
Yes. But and then to be fair, spiders.
I think I hear an ad-lib coming on.
Spiders are quite scary. So call the office if you have an accident, or if there's any reason you need to lawyer up, you need an attorney to go after the insurance company. After an accident, you call 800-DeWitt-Law, 1-800-DeWitt-Law, 1-800-DeWitt-Law, or don't forget the website, justcallmo.com. I should have said 800-CALL-MO. I apologize.
That would be the correct number.
Yes, I'm sorry. 800-CALL-MO, 1-800-CALL-MO, 1-800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Mo, I want to talk about these magnets that you're floating around here in a moment. But first things first, C-Len, let's go to the list. I know we've got some things.
So we'll work from the most recent backwards just because that's what's on the top of our minds. And we talked about earlier in the day this teacher that's been all over the news in Central Florida this week. It's not actually a teacher. It's a paraprofessional is what they call the person.
What does that mean?
It's a teacher's aide.
Okay.
It sounds like a teacher who can't walk, but it's a teacher's aide. And so this person has been harassed by this 6-year-old girl, this little tiny little cute little Satan, who has been throwing balled up paper at this day after day after day, and he came to a point where he walked over to the school resource officer and self-reported that he has fantasies of slitting this girl's throat, of carrying out some sort of school shooting in the cafeteria. He's been thinking about this. And reports are, I'm still looking up to confirm that this person was indeed Baker acted. But needless to say, parents are super pissed that the school wasn't more forthcoming about the things that happened here. And Sean wanted to ask if...
Well, a lot of the parents, Mo, were like, well, we got to do more. This person needs to be arrested. And I said, that seems like the world of thought crimes. Like, the guy had a terrible thought in his head, and he went to the school resource officer, which if you have that terrible thought, seems like probably the thing you're supposed to do. And I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Mo, I'm not sure there was any crime actually committed other than just horrific thoughts.
Well, typically thoughts are not a crime, but if you have the desire to harm yourself or others, there are certain things like a Baker Act that can be put into place. So I would assume something along those lines may have been done here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that appears to be the case. Sealand didn't confirm that, but I think that's the direction they went. But you can't just say, like, somebody said they had thoughts of shooting up the school, so therefore we want them thrown into jail for a crime. There's nothing. They didn't actually do anything, right?
As long as they're not making any threats or publishing that in an inappropriate manner. If it's just purely thoughts, they can do that. And there are some cases that have gone all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court regarding those types of issues. Specifically, one we've talked about before was there was an individual who would sit in a playground in his vehicle and watch children play, and somebody reported him. The cops asked what he was doing there, and he basically said, I like to watch and have inappropriate fantasies. And ultimately, it was determined that was not a crime because he never acted on it. As disturbing as it is, he never actually acted on it. So here, same type of thing. The person had these ideas or fantasies in their head. They didn't make any threats. They didn't take any action to fulfill that. But they did self-report, which would possibly trigger a Baker Act or something like that.
It says, according to the district, a staff member reportedly Baker acted himself after admitting to the resource deputy on the 24th of September that he had thoughts about harming a student.
Golly.
So
that's freaky. But
not only self-report, but self-Baker acted.
I'm glad that nothing happened to this little girl who was bothering him that bad. But
do you think they even told her parents?
They must know.
I'm sure her parents know by now. I wonder if her parents know that it's her.
Well, it's a big deal at the school for sure because other people have reached out from the school. Do we have this motorcycle crash on the list, Sealand, or no?
You did mention it. You mentioned that Moses was coming in. We could ask him about it.
Mo,
there's the real treat, Moses.
Oh, boy.
There's this guy in Georgia. He was in the Atlanta area in Georgia. We started the show with this today. He's riding on his motorcycle, running from the cops, and there's police chase going on at a very high rate of speed in the rain. He's cruising along. The cops go to cut him off. They put one vehicle in front of him. He's not stopping. Another vehicle pulls up next. They're going to pin him over. They crash into him. And then the police vehicle hits him when he's on the ground. And we were talking about, what happens next in this situation. Does that guy, you think, have a case against the law enforcement that ended up running into him after this high-speed chase?
I mean, typically when you're breaking the law like that, you're not going to have a cause of action back against the police officer. Now, there could be a possible excessive force argument made there, but given the possible danger that he poses to others when he's running on the motorcycle like that, I think it's unlikely that claim would prevail.
But if they've already disabled the situation and then you see in his helmet footage that the other cop ran him over, at what point...
So I haven't seen the footage. So did somebody run him over after he was down?
No, it's all in a matter of seconds. It's like they push him off. They give him nowhere to go. And so he crashes into one of the police cars. And then he skids across the asphalt and comes to a stop. And when the police car comes to a stop from a high rate, they crash into him. But to me, it seems like it would have to be really obvious that this person could 100% have stopped their police car. And it wasn't inevitable that they were going to hit this guy after the crash.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not doing something reckless or negligent, given that he was running from the police on this motorcycle at a high rate of speed, posed a significant danger to others, and the police hitting them was accidental in this situation, they're probably not going to face much liability.
Gotcha. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Give us your thoughts at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to those. We'll get to more questions with Mo. Sealand, keep that list fired up because we've got some good ones on there I know we discussed this week. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks return home to host the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday. Coverage starts at 3:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
A crash on I-4 westbound at Darrell Carter Parkway is slowing things down. 2 right lanes are blocked. A serious accident's getting cleared up on State Road 434 eastbound before Ronald Reagan Boulevard. The left lane's blocked now. Traffic's getting by a little bit better on I-95 southbound approaching the beach line. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
We have a 12 and a 14, that's it. Okay. Hello.
So if you're in the market for a new Kia, visit Greenway Kias and discover one of the area's largest selections online. I'm Joe Rossi.
Question.
In Greenway Kia.
Guys, we've done this all week. Can I just ask a personal question? This is not related to the show or anything. It's just a personal question I wanted to ask. If I get a text message and I don't know who that text message is from, I'm trying to show an example, and I hit the sender is not in your contact list, report junk. If I hit report junk, does that actually do anything? If I hit report junk, it deletes the text message and it gets rid of it. But does that actually do anything? Because I feel like the people text me over and over and over and over again, report junk, report junk, report junk. I don't feel like it does anything. Am I wrong? Two minutes and we're coming back. I just feel like if I hit report this text, it should send it off to some like spam thing. It should block the person from messaging me ever again. And it should delete the text message. There should be something on the other end. It's for unwanted peens? Maybe. Ask Mr. Predicto. Is it the same number each time or a different number? I don't know. It's mostly over, believe it or not, it's mostly over trademark things. So I own the trademark for Secret Shows. Thanks to Moses, actually. I own the trademark, all rights reserved to Secret Shows. The previous owner was MySpace, and I pulled it from their cold, dead hands. And I own the Secret Shows trademark, right? But for Secret Shows and the News Junkie, they constantly text me and they're like, somebody else has filed for this. They're going to steal it from you. You're vulnerable. And it's all dumb lies. It's nonsense. It's pretty easy to keep a trademark. You just have to renew it and stuff when you get it set up. It's all lies, but I want them leaving. I want them banned. All right, we're coming back. Google says report junk, sends the information to Apple or Google. I wonder though if they do they get so much of that it's impossible to even sort through? I hope not. I sure hope not. Coming back.
Couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list. Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is the new.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day, and you can learn more about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast on the website, and that is shockingly at thenewsjunkie.com. We got our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm joining us here today. If you have any legal issues, it's 800-CALL-MO. And we also usually run questions by him that we've built up throughout the week. We're like, oh, my God, all these weird stories end up with us having questions about stuff. We said, let's save it for him. He's going to be the guy who can answer them when the weekend arrives. And usually he gets a little frustrated with us and, it puts up with us and answers the question.
Yeah, we throw him for a little bit.
Thank God he's willing to keep putting up with this nonsense each week. So, C-Lane, what do we have nonsense-wise for Moses this week?
We have the guy that was arrested for the Halloween decorations.
Oh, true.
The community thought that his setup there, which included, you called them, I believe, effigies earlier, Sean.
Yeah.
They're fake bodies. If you look here.
It's a garbage bag in what appears to be a body shape.
Right.
And it says district judge on one.
That's the one that's currently hanging from the gallows, and the rest of them are... Yep. I guess in line.
It says mayor on one of the fake bodies that's supposed to be a dead body. And it says CA, and then it says zoning MGR, as in zoning manager. And the district judge is hanging, and the rest of them are like waiting to be hanged. And that guy was arrested, actually arrested, I think for like terroristic threats or something. But to me, well, I think to Sealand and I at least, it seemed like that was going to be a case that he'd be able to win. Do you think that they have a solid case against this guy?
Well, I think the issue is, basically he's using Halloween decorations to make a threat against a public official, it sounds like.
Even without names, though.
Well, maybe.
There's no names.
Okay, there's no names at all. And so it just says district judge on it?
Yeah, hang on. Let me give you a couple of details from WKYT here about this guy's display for Halloween that has led to the trouble for him.
A Powell County man was arrested over the weekend after placing decorations in his front yard that showed fake bodies labeled with city officials. 58-year-old Stephen Markham is facing 2 charges, including terroristic threatening.
While Americans are protected by the First Amendment for free speech, experts say threatening speech is not protected. WKYT's Maggie Rickerby explains.
This is something you just don't see every day.
This is what folks passing by Court Street saw.
So in his yard, you see like all these things, but nobody's name is out there. It's simply just in the display of like a really edgy Halloween setup, and it says district judge, mayor, whatever.
Well,
I thought immediately
clearly identifiable as one person.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say like that doesn't mean it's the mayor of our city or something. I don't know.
Probably you think implied. There may only be one district judge in the city too.
You think just putting the job title on there alone makes him vulnerable to these terroristic charges?
Potentially. I mean, typically if it's a true threat, it's prohibited. And so if you're communicating, the intent to commit an act of violence. It can be symbolic. It can be in rhetoric. But if it's a real threat of some kind, and here I would argue the mayor is clearly identifiable. Now, these charges may be dropped down to, it may not be a terroristic threat, but there still may be lesser included charge that's all harassment or something like that may be more appropriate.
But hold on.
As a Halloween decoration, though, where does it become a threat?
Yeah, that's why I have a problem with this, because if somebody had this same exact display and they had Trump out there and they were hanging an effigy of Trump, I don't think they would get arrested, and also I don't think they should get arrested. even though that would be very clear who they were talking about.
Take it even further. Take the Halloween out of it. Kathy Griffin had that picture where she was holding a fake Trump head that was alleged, like the picture was made to look like it was ripped off or something like that. That wasn't deemed to be a threat on his life. Why? How come this is?
Small town?
Oh, that doesn't help. I mean, it's all going to be up to a court's interpretation as to whether this is protected by free speech or not.
Hopefully not the court that's held by that district judge.
You might want to get the venue moved here.
Yeah, therein lies the problem, Like the mayor and the judge and everybody else obviously throwing around some power in this situation. The Powell County Judge Executive Eddie Barnes wasn't named in the display. He said, at first I didn't know what to think about it because I drove by and saw it in his yard, and I was like, wow, that's kind of harsh. He said he's known this person for decades. He could be a good person, but he disagrees with how he was expressing himself. If you're actively threatening somebody in a terrorizing way, that might not be covered by the general right to free expression. So, I mean, I think it would at least be an interesting case.
I didn't know how small this town was, but hearing that the guy who got arrested and the district judge who drove by know each other and have known each other for years, and he just happened to put this out there, seems kind of small townish to me.
It does indeed.
We went viral, y'all.
What else do we have on the list for Mo?
All right, last but not least, this was one from a story that I did not get to last week in This Week in Florida, but a man was arrested for stealing an ambulance outside of Homestead Hospital. And so he was in the hospital. Something went wrong. I think he had some mental things going on. But let's just say, take those out of the equation. This guy steals an ambulance. Could this person face charges for any injuries or loss of life stemming from the lack of available ambulance? I when I think about this, I think of the 3 people convicted of manslaughter for stealing a stop sign at an intersection where 3 teenagers later collided with a tractor trailer and died.
Damn.
So they got the people that stole the stop sign with a manslaughter charge because the lack of stop sign contributed to the teenagers plowing into the tractor trailer. So you steal an ambulance, could you be held on charges because somebody somewhere in town didn't have access to that ambulance?
Well, I'm not aware of any precedent that would support that off the top of my head. There may be some, but typically you're going to be looking at the foreseeability of that happening. So would someone removing a stop sign, would it be foreseeable that a car would blow through that stop sign, roll through and get hit by another vehicle? That could result in death. Typically that's going to be fairly foreseeable. Mm-hmm. With an ambulance, there's maybe a couple other steps there. Are there other ambulances in this area? Do they know it's the only ambulance? Do they know that stealing this ambulance is going to, lead to the injury or death of other individuals? That may not be quite as foreseeable. Is it possible? Yes, it would be possible, but I don't know of any case law that exists right now that would support those kinds of charges.
I wonder if there's anything. I wonder if there's anything like that, Mo, for like a protest or something that shut down traffic, and then somebody's in an emergency vehicle and they can't get to a person to give them life-saving help or something.
You see, I think if we're arguing on what's foreseeable or not, I think maybe if your situation, Sean, is happening in front of like a fire station and blocking the traffic very close to a fire station, you might have something there.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Moses. We've got more for you in a bit here, but right now there are some people clamoring. They are interested. They want to know about these Halloween-related magnets. I believe that you've been teasing. What's
Big
the
tease.
situation?
Big
What can we do with these? Can I have 500 of them, please? Or?
You may not.
Son of a bitch.
The new Just Call Mo Halloween magnets are posted up on our Facebook and shop.justcallmo.com. It's a lovely pack of 4.
Ooh.
4 different magnets, all completely free while supplies last. Limit 1 per order.
Shop.justcallmo.com. If I get one, I get all 4 of them?
Yeah.
You're not making me collect them all?
No, well, last year we did that, and it drove the shipping guy insane because every week we get another giant batch of orders. He was about to murder us, so we had to redo that.
There's a Mo Insane Clown Posse one.
You mean Juggle Mo?
Juggle Mo.
Down with the Mo to dead in the...
Nice work. JustCallMo.com. It's shop.justcallmo.com. Oh, and then there's you with the door scene and what's it called?
It's The Shining?
Shining, yeah.
It's The Shining.
Dude, is that a Goosebumps book?
That is a Goosebumps.
Hell yes.
Well done.
And what's this one? What is the last?
I should know the answer to that. I think, is it Freddy Krueger? I don't know what that is.
Oh, here's Mo. No, Goosebumps. Exorcist. It's The Exorcist. Juggalo Mo or Juggamo. The Exorcist Mo, Goosebumps Mo, and here's Mo, as in here's Johnny. You can go get those. $0, it says here. I want all of them. Halloween Mo Magnet 4-pack. Go get it at shop.justcallmo.com. Look at this guy.
ICP Mo is my favorite.
That's great.
There's also a lovely video of me dumping Faygo over my head because Busdecker made me do that.
Faygo.
Well, we know what we should do here. I mean, that seems like a perfect costume for the roast. If you were to do Juggalo Mo, the people would be...
You ready, Ninja?
Just absolutely as excited as ever. I don't know if you're a fan.
I don't know if we have the cost to clean up Faygo. It's so sticky.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very
It's
sticky.
so very sticky.
Yeah. Can you get that stuff anywhere? Or is that like just a Detroit thing or something?
I think it's just McFrugal's or any sort of dollar store.
It's really cheap.
Or go to an ICP concert because they will
Have plenty to
spray
go.
500 bottles of it into the crowd.
I think Busdecker went to like 4 or 5 stores before he actually found it.
It's
had
something.
to be accurate, right?
It was the one show I saw at Bonnaroo this year before they canceled it.
Check it out over there at shop.justcallmo.com. A free 4-pack of Mo Halloween magnets. It's some great designs over there. Go grab them while you can. And real quick, I saw this story and I thought this was kind of dumb, but there was a huge fight, like a football game, yes, I guess, right? It turned into a fight. After the game, the teams were on the field and they just started to fight each other. And then the cops broke it up by pepper spraying everybody. And the parents were really, really pissed off about it. The cops, are they going to be within their right to stop a fight between other people by pepper spraying a crowd of people, or were the parents right here?
No, I mean, typically they can use pepper spray to stop a fight because obviously the fight poses a greater risk to those individuals than the pepper spray does. While the pepper spray is an irritant, it's not deadly force, obviously. If you're kind of standing in the crowd, you're further away, maybe you have more of an argument there. But usually when you're using non-deadly force like that, and there's a potential threat of physical or bodily harm, physical injury or bodily harm, they can use pepper spray in those situations.
All right, quick break. Then we're back with you. Record your message right now. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Mo, when we come back, one last question for you before we have some fun on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to run the case of Mark Sanchez, which has been pretty big in the headlines this week, by you and see what you think. Because so many people that I've seen watch this story or see the reports on it from this former NFL star Mark Sanchez are like, how could a guy get stabbed and also go to jail? How is the guy who got stabbed by somebody else also, not the victim, but indeed the criminal in that case? So I want to talk about the ins and outs of that. We'll do it when we come back. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Emergency crews have moved that accident into the right lane on I-4 westbound approaching Darrell Carter Parkway. I-95 southbound at the beach line. The left lane still blocked. State Road 434 eastbound before Ronald Reagan Boulevard. A crash is getting cleared up there. You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching that I-75 exit. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Daytona Home Show.
Don't miss the Daytona Home Expo this weekend, October 11th and 12th at the Ocean Center.
See everything for, in, and around your home.
Free admission all weekend. The Daytona Home Expo is Saturday and Sunday at the Ocean Center.
Mortgage rates, they're heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range, and if you're one of them, you got to explore the savings for a refinance and explore them with that mortgage guy, Dom. You could lower your payments or get cash out. So get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry and work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
mortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgageguydawn.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Right now.
Jelly Roll!
Hi, this is Ed Sheeran.
Cool J!
Brian Adams.
Make some noise for Tate McRae.
Hey, I'm Shannon Hagar.
Mariah Carey.
We have Room 5. Good evening.
Hey, this is John Fogerty.
And so much more.
See it all at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Streaming only on Hulu right now.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey guys, it's Angel from the Monsters. You know I love cooking on my Big Green Egg. And every time I get asked why, I tell you it's because it's an awesome experience, it's impressive, and everything comes out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go visit my friends at Watsy's Meat Market and get yourself a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up where they'll teach you the basic to advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg. Follow them on their social medias. Also, check out the website, WassysMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Make money predicting football? Now you can nationwide with Kalshi. Kalshi is the only platform that lets you legally trade on real-world events in all 50 states. From football to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics. If it matters, you can trade on it. Trade on who wins each game, props, spread, and more. Legally, nationwide. Don't miss your shot. Download the Kalshi app or go to KALSHI.com. Use code PODCAST and get $10 when you trade 100. This is an investment that carries risk. Kalshi.com.
I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Sometimes injuries that may seem minor today affect you for the rest of your life. Not all injuries are visible. I've seen it too many times. A client hires the wrong attorney who just wants to get fast cash. You've already gotten hurt in the accident. Don't get hurt again. Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or give me a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando.
As we head into the busy holiday season, now is the perfect time to invest in yourself. For 35 years, the Filatowski Eye Institute has given Central Floridians freedom from glasses and 333-5111 or go online to Filatowski.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. We'll be back from commercials in just a moment. We got 2 segments left and then the week is over. And I hope you have a great weekend. I just saw, as I was getting Today I Learned done, that there was a segment last night on The Daily Show. And in the segment, hang on. So I guess on The Daily Show, one of the hosts, Josh Johnson, suggested that Trump would deserve the Nobel Peace Prize if the ceasefire holds between Gaza and Israel. And the Daily Show audience was like, ugh, hang on, let's see if you can hear this.
That's right. A peace deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas, and it's based on the framework Donald Trump proposed, which means another thing you almost never hear, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I gotta give Donald Trump some props here, you know? It doesn't happen a lot. In fact, I can only think of this, the COVID vaccine, and Home Alone 2. This is astonishing because if this peace holds, it means the guy who couldn't stop a fight between Gary Busey and Meatloaf brokered peace in the Middle East. So Trump, when it comes to peace, you did it. You know, I mean, you also did a big portion of the war, but you did the peace too. It's like how white people did slavery in America.
I don't hear the biggest of groans yet. Let me see. There's only like 20 seconds left.
But they also also ended slavery in America. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Either way, this is a reason to celebrate. And look, if this deal holds, maybe we should give Trump the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Or, and you won't like this either, we let him burn the Epstein files.
So they were definitely groaning. It's like a weird resistance to, if you don't like the president, you don't want good things to happen in the world. That's dumb. I don't understand that. 1 minute, yeah, Josh Johnson, yes. Hello, Rut HB. Hello, welcome to the show. We're coming back from commercial right now. It is definitely weird, yes. It is undeniably definitely weird to root against positive things because you don't like the president. That is definitely 100% weird. Without doubt, yes. Definitely weird. All right, here we go.
Vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeartRadio.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row.
A lot going on planet Earth for the last 7 days or so. Thank you for being with us. This is the News Junkie, and you can learn more about the show and get the podcast and all that good stuff over on thenewsjunkie.com. We saw a lot this week. We saw an insane avalanche of videos against that woman running for governor in California. Katie Porter. I don't know how things are looking. Like, Katie Porter HQ is probably not a very positive place after this week.
It doesn't sound like it was a very positive place before this week.
No, it sounds like there was a lot of yelling going on there. One of the things I saw where I was like, okay, I think maybe now we've reached the end of the rainbow on the videos that make her look terrible and like a bitch. There is one that they released and they were like, can you believe this? It's Katie Porter. And she's in a costume.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
She's at the Capitol, and this is her here. If you're watching, you can watch the show on YouTube. Here she is.
Congresswoman Porter, does Alfred get minimum wage? If you return the Batmobile, could you pay for the Green New Deal?
That can't be real.
Can you just one more time?
It says video surfaces of Katie Porter showing up to Washington, D.C. in a Batgirl costume. She wore the outfit on the same day Democrats voted for a resolution to impeach Trump. And then you see somebody saying, does Alfred get minimum wage? Which is the Batman's butler, I guess, I think, right? Yeah.
Congresswoman Porter, does Alfred get minimum wage? If you return the Batmobile, could you pay for the Green New Deal?
Yeah, that's. I think it might be real. It's not,
I don't know. The whole thing
anymore.
dropping. I don't know either. But I did go to town on Sona.
It's fun, right? Sora, yeah. Sora, this app where you can make all these videos. And I know Mo, you got your team probably screwing around with this to see how many Mo-mercials they can make, but
now there I am. Fowler's already been on it. He's been having some fun with the Mo puppet on there.
I saw that. He took the Mo puppet, and then you show it this. You're like, here's a Mo puppet on stage at the Funny Bone. And then it animates it. It makes it move around. It's talking. It's
pretty
just
incredible.
Didn't the Mo puppet say something like, what's up with this festival in Riyadh?
Maybe. That's one of the focus things.
But if you don't get like your initial video where you show like your face, it makes you look crazy.
Yeah.
Like it gave me British accent for some reason. And then as soon as I said anything, it would turn my smile into something like, I don't know.
Like the Joker or
like
something?
Smile 2.
Yeah. Oh,
But
okay.
almost even
Yeah.
bigger than that.
Yeah, creepy.
But I got a hot bottom when I'm a wrestler entering the ring.
One of the things that came up on this, Mo, was OpenAI launches this new AI video tool. It's called Sora, and the first one came out like less than a year ago, and this one is like unbelievable already. And a lot of the stuff just looks pretty real, honestly. It comes with a watermark on it, but you can take the watermarks off pretty easily.
How?
The thing is, there's a bunch of websites like Google remove Sora watermark. You'll see. But by the way,
Did you mean you
funnier,
have herpes?
Even funnier, perhaps. There's a website where you can add the Sora watermark to videos that weren't created by Sora. Which is kind of a good time, yeah. But Mo, they launched this AI tool and they said all copyrighted content is going to be allowed by default. If you don't want your copyrighted content in there, you have to like fill an exclusion thing out. They kind of changed that, I think, pretty quickly, but that seems a little unhinged to go by default. We're making it so you said yes to us being able to use your copyrighted works on our AI website. And it requires action from you to make it so people can't use your copyrighted work. Does that sound legit? Because that seems crazy to me.
No, I think it's not legit at all. I mean, obviously, this whole area, there's going to be a lot of litigation about. We don't really know what the actual laws are going to be in the future for it. But in general, I mean, it'd be, you can't just make a statement, I'm going to use all copyrighted works unless you opt out. I mean, that's typically not the way it works.
Yeah, that was on the heels of the other thing we talked about was California passed a law, two of them, in fact, I think in the last 6 months or so. And one of them said, you cannot use a dead celebrity or actor or whatever in a performance without the explicit permission of their estate, I think is what how it was phrased. And then the other one was that living talent isn't allowed to, under certain circumstances, sign a deal to have their voice or likeness used as AI.
Well, it said unauthorized use, so it makes it seem like they left in some room for authorized use.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is all new. It's all new territory is what you're saying. Like a lot of this has to be ironed out.
Yeah,
I guess.
And I mean, arguably, they wouldn't be allowed to use a dead celebrity as AI without their permission anyways, without the estate's permission anyways. So they may have just been clarifying that even further.
The other big story this week, and for those of you who don't know, I'll go over the very basic details in like 10 seconds here. But there is a guy who's an NFL commentator, guys, an NFL broadcaster. He works for NFL games on Fox Sports, and his name is Mark Sanchez. They were supposed to be in Indianapolis for a football game that happened this past Sunday. But on Friday night into Saturday morning, Mark Sanchez was allegedly at this bar in Indianapolis. He got hammered. He goes outside to run wind sprints because who doesn't get drunk and go outside the bar and start running wind sprints?
That's what I do during commercial breaks, actually.
Yeah, totally normal. And he finds that there's a guy with a box truck that's parked in a place that's bothering him. It's stopping his wind sprints, after all. I can't even imagine somebody would have the gall. And he jumps up in this guy's box truck. The guy apparently had some hearing issues and he didn't have his hearing aid in. He was there at the hotel to change out their like oil and stuff in their cooking and their like cooking setup. I guess they're like fryers, maybe. I don't know. It's like saying he was there to change the cooking oil in the restaurant.
It says he assaulted grease truck driver. So
grease truck, yeah. So he's there to do some work. His vehicle is parked in a place to get that work done. Mark Sanchez forces his way up into the cab of this guy's box truck. The guy's like, get out of here. What's going on? The guy tries to pepper spray Mark Sanchez to stop him, but I guess the pepper spray was too old or something was wrong. It didn't stop him.
Or Mark Sanchez is just impervious to pepper sprays.
And so they started getting in a scuffle and they're fighting each other. The box truck driver pulls out his knife and stabs Mark Sanchez multiple times, stabs him up pretty good. And they fought a little bit more, and then Mark Sanchez zombie walked himself away from the scene.
He was
and at
bleeding.
First, he was bleeding bad. He was pretty in a critical condition, they said, when he got to the hospital. But at first, the stories were all like, thoughts and prayers to the family. Mark Sanchez, my God, I can't believe the crime is so out of control in Indianapolis. But very quickly, he got arrested in the hospital.
Also,
and
the other dude he beat up was in very bad shape.
He ripped his whole face up. I'm sure you've seen that, Sabrina. Like the guy who he attacked and then stabbed him, his face was really, really messed up. And that guy immediately sued Mark Sanchez and Fox Sports, so we could talk about their liability in this. But more so, people did not understand how somebody could be the victim who got stabbed and also the criminal. But if the other person's acting in self-defense, they might get stabbed and arrested at the same time, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Once you learn the actual facts, to me at least, it's pretty straightforward.
What about Fox Sports being held liable for this whole thing?
So, I mean, typically, at least historically, media publications were not liable for reports that they made that were inaccurate as long as they were based on something that a reasonable person would trust, essentially. So the initial reports, whatever that may be. I mean, I watched the argument over at the 5th District Court of Appeal one time where this individual sued a bunch of news outlets as well as the sheriff's office because the sheriff said, Mark Smith, and I'm just making up the name, obviously, committed this bank robbery. Well, they had the name wrong. And so now this person, every time he went for a job interview, the people would Google his name and these bank robbery articles came up. And, they did a retraction, but it never really left the internet and it harmed his reputation. But the news company was not liable for that because they were basing their information on what the sheriff had given a press conference. They were basing it on that information. And, the courts, at least at that time, held that the sheriff wasn't liable because based on the information they had at that time, that was their prime suspect who they believed had committed this bank robbery. So even though he had nothing to do with it, historically there's been immunity as long as you're using kind of good faith journalism when you're making these reports.
Is that what you were talking?
No. Well, on the other side of this, what I was really kind of getting at, what I was really trying to get at, Mo, was the guy in the box truck who did end up stabbing Mark Sanchez, but he was the person who was getting attacked to begin with. He immediately, when he got out of the hospital himself, he immediately sued Mark Sanchez. Okay, fine, everybody gets that.
That makes sense.
But he also sued Fox Sports because he said,
employer.
Yeah, the employer, Fox Sports, because Mark Sanchez was in town in Indianapolis to do the game, and were it not for his work, he wouldn't have been there, and the altercation wouldn't happen.
Gotcha. I thought they were suing Fox Sports for making a false report about the news article. I see what you're saying. They're basically saying that he was within the scope and course of his employment, so they're going to try to get the employer held liable as well. I think it's fairly arguable he's outside of the scope of his employment, but that's going to come down to the facts of, was he on the clock? Was he taking a break? All that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're trying to loop in the employer. They're basically saying that he was on the job at the time, but really, it's not a situation where he's actually at work on site. He's not really furthering.
What if he screamed, "I'm Mark Sanchez. You should know who I am."
From Fox Sports.
Fox Sports.
All right.
But I don't know. Is it a little safe to say that it was probably this guy's attorney or his family? Because he didn't seem like immediately in the state to call a lawyer based on the photos that I saw.
He was pretty bashed up. Yeah.
I would assume it was probably his family. With assuming he's conscious. I'm sure he consented to it as well, but his family may be handling.
Also,
the
80-year-old, right? 79-year-old.
Yes,
So
he was
is he-
old guy.
Did he get the elderly charge?
He was 69 years old. So yeah, I think there was an upgraded charge.
Yeah,
I think the most annoying thing to me about this whole story is the fact that drunk ass Mark Sanchez was acting like a hallmark. He didn't have any connection to this building that this grease truck was parked at.
True.
He was just being a douchebag.
And then went with a stabbed wound right to a bar and just grabbed another drink, huh?
No, he didn't. No.
Delete. Sorry. Allegedly rumored.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
I heard it on the news.
He stumbled around the corner in that video. We remember the video of him like all stabbed and like
Was that not
going like
to
this.
a bar?
No, he fell on the ground around the corner from that, and then the police showed up and found him, and they brought him to the hospital.
Oh, my bad.
And that's where he was in critical condition after the.
Did you
the
say he
stabbing.
fumbled around the corner? What a great sports pun.
He is the butt fumble guy. Yeah, that's what people know him for. Now this, though.
I don't know if they're going to remember the butt fumble stuff.
What do you guys think? You think he's going to get fired?
Yeah.
He hasn't been fired yet. That's kind of crazy. I would have thought this
Has he
is
been
like
released from the hospital yet?
Not sure if he's still in there because he was in bad shape. He got stabbed 3 times, I believe.
Is anyone
in this whole
calling
thing.
for him to be fired?
I don't know if there's a lot of noise about it, but like it seems like this is pretty bad behavior on his part for sure. And C-Line's right. All the guy had to do was mind his own damn business. What are you doing out there running sprints by the bar in the middle of the night? It's after midnight. You're running sprints, dude. That's weird. Leave him alone. The guy's trying to work, for God's sake. Anyhow, we're going to take a quick break here. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to hear from you. It's your turn to join us on the show. Here's the 2 ways to do that. 1, record a video or audio dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com. Go over to the website and do that right now. Or 2, send an email. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top to tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Real talk, fake maturity. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms. When it rains, it is really going to pour. So keep that in mind if you have any sort of outdoor plans, especially into this afternoon and evening. Heavy use of the rain will exist near the coast. So inland, we'll see about a 40 to 50% chance. As we head to our Saturday, slightly lower chances, about a 30%. As we head to Sunday, though, much drier and more beautiful fall-like weather with highs in the low 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Cue the easy button because it's officially easy deal days at Staples.
Hello. Hello. Folks, thank you. Thank you for a fun week of the show. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Rally and hit that like button at the end of the show here. I don't know if you've seen this, but I just saw moments ago, Rip Ride Rocket, what's left of it, was on fire at Universal Studios. So that seems bad.
You get yourself that solar system and battery backup. Well then,
and now,
the lights stay on.
it's time for you, at the end of an eventful week, to rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 is an absolute winner. 1 out of 10 is a mega loser. Rate the show out of 10.
Others wait for the lineman to come hook everything back up. Your home keeps running. Don't wait until another storm is on the radar. Call Solar Installers of Florida today. 407-777-5050. 407-777-5050. Or buy online at
Gotta send that to C-Line.
solarflorida.com.
Rate the show out of 10. 8.2 TNJ spit takes out of 10. I only wish that was on camera. I spit everywhere over here. I spit up under my button bar iPad, up under this monitor, up under this monitor. I spit everywhere over there. 9 Nobel Peace Prizes out of 10. Congratulations to all the Nobel Peace Prize winners. 9 Katie Porter Batgirls out of 10.
Send me that list.
Got it. Hang on. 9 point something. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 says Dylan. Oh, like today's date. Whoa. Ain't that something?
So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did. I'm so glad that I did. It's a Red Mountain Weight Loss. To book your video consultation with a licensed doctor today, just get online.
Hang on.
Testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to Red Mountain.
Thank you for all the 10s. Thank you for all the scores, even the 1s. I didn't even see one, but thank you anyhow. It's time to get Today I Learned. Who is your nominee? And I'll read these when I come back. Who is your nominee for Chatter of the Week? Chatter of the Week nominees. Get them in now.
FreshFromFlorida.com has recipes that can make mealtime quick, easy, and healthy. And shopping for locally grown produce is a snap too. Just look for the Fresh from Florida logo. When it's almost dinner time and you have to be 3 places at once, go to the one place that counts. FreshFromFlorida.com.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talent Club. That thing we don't want to talk about.
All right. Got Today I Learned. It's all ready to go. Chatter of the week.
If you are 55 or over and
Who will it be?
$250,000 for retirement, the Talent Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary.
Not that guy I banned earlier, obviously.
Also receive the gift of a will and trust.
Sorry.
Talent Wealth. The folks at Talent Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys.
Let's give it to him. They said he couldn't do it. They said he shouldn't do it. His mom said he shouldn't do it. His dad, I think, said he shouldn't do it. But he still did it. And he made his way not only to Chatter of the Day, but to Chatter of the Week. He is Dylan Wasson, a.k.a. my son, a.k.a. Wasson on YouTube. Our Chatter of the Week. Unbelievable. Fireworks, explosions. Unbelievable. Sound effects.
What's John Daly think? I think you got a grip.
Unbelievable. All sorts of effects and pyrotechnics.
Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable bonus bets, not a cash.
Confetti. Oh my God, confetti's coming down. Congratulations, Dylan. It's not nepotism. It's not nepotism. You didn't even ask for it. I don't know if that really matters. Gonna be hard to dodge the nepotism claims, honestly.
And we're doing it every week for 10 years. 10 years. 10.
Gonna be hard to dodge those nepotism claims.
New episodes every Thursday. Listen
All right, folks, what a friggin' journey. What a journey it's been. Again, 5 wild days. And the craziest thing is, Monday at 11 a.m., I'll put my ass in this seat and we'll do it all over again. In between then and now, enjoy the streams you missed, enjoy the podcasts you missed, enjoy Secret Shows, which drops in a couple of hours for an uncensored good time. If you're not a subscriber, why not? Give it a shot. Unlock the full potential of the website and all the features with a lot more to come. TheNewsJunkie.com. Thank you. I love you. Good night, friend. Good night and good luck. Bye-bye.
Catch and no charge.
Radio, your way.
Join the millions who already have it. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
5 days of everything happening in the world of viral news here on the show and just hanging out with your 3 best friends, going through those stories. Learn more on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Mo, big plans this weekend?
Huge.
Yeah? What are you doing? God, you deserve it, buddy.
Thank you.
You do deserve it.
Lucky.
Honestly, I was thinking, it's been a shocking amount of time since Moses has been on a vacation. He was touring the world for a while there.
Yeah, but on business.
It's always business.
Now,
very businessy.
This man ain't doing no business in these places. I know where he was
How
going.
dare you, sir?
I know where he was going, what he was doing. But we hope you have a great time this weekend. I heard, by the way, that the comedy event at the Funny Bone went great. I heard people really, really had a good time out there.
Well, I know you didn't see it because you weren't there, but
I wasn't.
It was
No, I
a great
didn't,
time, fantastic time.
Sean was still
really good.
sleeping off Lil Wayne.
This is true.
Were Sabrina or C-Lane there that I don't know about?
No, they weren't. And C-Lane's right. I got you out of the house once that week. I think that's a new all-time record. So,
buddy, I will be out of the house every day this weekend, all day, and I've been out of the house every day this week. We recently spent some time together, and I had a good time.
Not a great time.
Let's not do too much of a good thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's keep it right here in the zone. Here it is. I had a great time hanging out with you, and I appreciated it. But maybe like another week or so, we can work something in. And plus, I don't trust you for the roast event that's coming up. I don't know how.
Thank you so much for
sponsoring
sponsoring that, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you're sponsoring it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to trust you when it comes to how inflicted and pained I will be afterwards. But yeah, I'm excited.
You'll probably never speak to me again, but that's fine.
No, you know what? It'll be. Let's go out in a ball of flames.
He kind of has to.
Yeah, we have a lot of other stuff.
He's contractually obligated
We
to.
signed off on.
It'll make it real awkward, but might make for some good content. All right, that'll have to do it, right? Well, we got a couple of minutes. Let's see. Do we need to do any of these stories? Let me just double check. Stories made the cut, all this stuff. Hopefully the ceasefire stuff goes well this weekend. Yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to take all these stories and put them right over here because we're done, and it's time to do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, October 10th, 2025. Mo, I'm always rooting for you when you're here for Today I Learned. Godspeed.
That's sweet of you.
I think you know this movie, so I think you might get this guess. Today I Learned, following the success of this movie right here.
Alrighty then.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Ace Ventura, that is correct indeed.
Are you sure it wasn't When Nature Calls?
Oh,
it was actually
Bruce Almighty.
One, but it still counts. But following the success of the Ace Ventura movies, Jim Carrey became the first comic actor of all time to receive $20 million or more when he starred in the controversial, some people love it, some people hate it, Cable Guy in 1996.
Cable Guy.
People either love that movie or they're like, this is a piece of
taking you on a trip on the information superhighway.
Or never
Today I
saw
learned Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes said in an ESPN interview
Patty
one time
boy.
that his sports superstition that he really leans into is he's worn the same pair of red underwear that his wife bought him on every game day of his NFL career. Same underwear. I don't know if they've been washed. It doesn't say here, but he's worn them for more than 100 games, which is quite a bit. From 2018 to 2022, maybe even still to this day, I'm not sure. But he says he wears the red underwear every single game for good luck. Today, learn on this show right here.
Oh, I know it. Oh my God.
Succession. That's right. Wealth consultants that were on the TV show Succession told the actors not to duck when they got out of the helicopter. They're so rich, they've been out of so many helicopters, they're not even scared. They know enough that the blade is not going to hit them. Rich people wouldn't duck.
Yeah, so many efforts, too.
Finally, today I learned this dude right here. One of the guys in this song. No, the other guy,
Luke Bryan,
Post Malone. It's Post Malone in this song with Morgan Wallen. The rapper Post Malone auditioned to become a guitarist in a band Crown the Empire, and he didn't get in. He broke his strings on his guitar, and people said he just didn't do a good job. So he said, "Forget it. I'm not even doing rock. I'm going to do rap music." They said he couldn't do it, but look at him go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast over at the news.